Don't miss Snoop Dogg, Saturday, September 5th.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out on the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 49 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
Step up to the plate. It's Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest with Hershey's. Want in? Stop by your neighborhood Quick Trip and purchase any king-size Hershey's product with Quick Rewards for your chance to win.
Two down for Matt Olson. Nelson looking for a 1-2-3 top of the first. Matt Olson drives it out to center. Thomas is back. Is it above the yellow line? It is, and it's a solo homer for Matt Olson to get the party started in the desert on this Thursday night.
Again, where do you want this pitch? You want it in the bottom half of the zone. That's where that four-seam fastball was. That allows Matt Olson to get the barrel to it, and he smoked it.
So Atlanta with a 1-0 lead.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Is Josh Frank with our national anthem, and here is this afternoon's starting lineup for the visiting Baltimore Orioles. Come in with a record of 58-62. Gunnar Henderson will lead off. He'll be at shortstop. Pete Alonso bats second. He'll be at first base. Batting third, second baseman will be Jackson Holliday. Tyler O'Neill, he'll DH bat fourth. Dylan Beavers, he's going to bat fifth, play left field. At third base, batting sixth, Christian Encarnacion Strand. Leotis Taveras in right field bats seventh. In center field, batting eighth will be Christian Franklin, and Carlos Narvaez will catch and bat ninth. Sean Baez on the mound, 4-11 with a 3.76 ERA, making his 24th start. Here's the starting lineup for your Minnesota Twins, 59-62, third place in that American League Central Division, 3.5 back of first place. Trevor Larnach will lead off. He'll be in left field. Royce Lewis plays first base, bats second. Josh Bell will DH and bat third. Our cleanup hitter at second base, Cody Clemens. That's
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
I think they're up there in the leaders as a team in walking. So no free passes to the Baltimore Orioles.
I like what you said about get a strikeout when you need it, because so often that's with a runner in scoring position. And this year that's where Zebby has been dinged up. With runners in scoring position, the opponent's hitting nearly 300, 299 and 860 OPS. With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, those are the real big spots. The opponents are hitting 310 with an OPS over 1,000. So he hasn't been able to get himself off the field at times in some of those spots. The other thing to watch, Danny, is the first inning. Zebby's ERA in the first inning this year is well over 7. We documented the first inning troubles on this last road trip. Zebby had his own issues in Seattle in the opening frame. I think a clean sheet in the opening frame goes a long way for the Twins today.
And you just don't know about the offense of the Baltimore Orioles. They're good, they're hot, they're cold, some easy outs. So you just don't know what their game plan is going to be against Zebby here this afternoon. But I do believe, like you, that first inning is also crucial for Zebby Matthews.
We heard from Dean Kramer the other day, who was brilliant against these Orioles, and he got the first 9 men in order. We asked him what he knew about his old club in terms of game planning, and he said top heavy. He said you've got to get through that top part of the order. Gunnar Henderson, a huge night last night. Alonso mashing the ball. Holiday dangerous. So, again, it's a top-heavy lineup here for the Orioles. And Gunnar Henderson, who the Orioles have been waiting all year to see him kind of not do anything crazy, but just live up to his enormous potential and the high bar he's already set for himself in his young career. He snapped an 0 for 16 yesterday by getting 3 hits, including 2 for extra bases. And they're looking for that to continue. He will lead off against Zebby. Twins wear the home white pants, the dark navy blue tops, Twins in white across the chest. The numbers are red. They deploy Larnick in left, Keyshaw in center, Roden in right, Lee, Kreidler, Clemens, and Lewis around the infield. And Caratini does catch today. Jeffers has caught the last 2 ball games. Gunnar Henderson clad in his traveling Oriole gray. The Orioles are in the midst of a long 3-city road trip. And the Orioles are trying to come out of here with a series win and a season series win. Remember, they took 2 out of 3 the first 3 games of the year at Camden Yards. So a win here today. They'll win the season series from the Twins. Twins will split it and win this particular series with a victory. It looks like Zebby's ready to go. He's got that specially taped up spike on his right foot. Again, that blister has been problematic, but the beautiful thing about Zebby is you'd never know it till he has to come out of the game because he has not allowed it to creep into it. You don't see any weird body language from Zebby. Just goes about his business. Big righty fires, and the first pitch carries just off the outside corner to Henderson, and it's a ball and no strikes to Gunnar. We're underway. An 86-degree day, some swirling light breezes, and a check swing by Gunnar Henderson at a ball down and in. And it's 2-0. Not a great start for Zebby. After a 2-0 count this year, opponents are hitting a Ted Williams-like 406 against him. Gunnar Henderson is pretty good as Gunnar Henderson. You don't want to make him into Ted Williams. 2-ball, no-strike pitch, and that misses down and in. 3-0 to Gunnar Henderson. So we talked about the walks in the first inning. And to start the ball game off, it's a 3-0 count. See if Zebby can get back into it here. without allowing Henderson to reach. The pitch fouled straight back. Boy, green light there, and Henderson had one to smack, and he just missed it. Back in the count now at 3-1. Henderson to be followed by Alonso. Pull shade is on, and he watches ball 4 wide, and there's a walk to the leadoff man, and not the start that Zebby was dialing up when he went through his scouting report, as he'll face Pete Alonso. Henderson reached to open yesterday's game, and then Alonso smacked his 26th home run into the seats. Zebby from the stretch. Infield plays back. They're looking for a double play. Alonso hit the ball hard, made a couple outs on the bases yesterday as he takes a strike. One at third, one at home. Pete has never faced Zebby Matthews. And the 0-1. That's wide, and it's 1-1. I did not see if he put that soccer jersey on again today for the pregame.
Well, I don't think they came out. They just took some infield practice and had their team hit on the field today. Normal on a day game after a night game?
1 ball and 1 strike. Travel day for both clubs, 2. As that pitch just down and away with the sinker, and they count 2-1 to Pete Alonso. Everybody came out in their Orioles gear yesterday. He had a red, white, and blue Alonso soccer jersey. Then he went out and hit a home run in the first inning. A couple of other knocks. You figured he'd be right back in it today. 2-1, rolled back through the middle, and that's a base hit. Smashed it right back up the middle. Henderson turns at second and races to third, and it's an ominous start for Zebby Matthews. A walk, a single, and they're on the corners with nobody out for Jackson Holiday.
He could be wearing that soccer shirt under his game jersey, you know.
Well, he's hitting like it. That ball's 105 off the bat. He hits everything hard.
Yeah,
the numbers, you don't even need to say them.
And what makes him kind of in a special group is he's got power the other way.
Yeah.
I think 11 of his home runs have hit to right field. Camden Yards kind of an easy home run park to that way, but he gets base hits over there as well.
Well, the batter is Holiday, and the first pitch is in for a strike to Jackson, 0-1. 8 of the last 11 games now. I guess it would be now 9 of 12. The Twins have given up a run in the first inning. If they give one up today, it would be 9. A pitch down 1-1. They're on the corners, nobody out. Chance to get out of this thing. Now Lee will keep close to Henderson at third. Kreidler's played up the middle. They play for a double play up the gut on Holiday. Speedy lefty. Batting third, back of the box, and he watches a breaking ball twirl in for a strike, 1-2. Small crowd on a warm day. Hopefully some people wandering away for their lunch hour and deciding not to go back to the office today. Join us. It's a 1-2 foul away, and it stays 1-2. Talk about the importance of scoring first. When the Twins score the first run, they're 11 games over 500. When they give up the first run, they're just 24-38. That's 14 games under 500. The 1-2 bounces. Good stop by Caratini. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Orioles are even better. 37-20 when they score first. Plus 17. 21-42 when they give up the first run. So talk all you want about run probability and whether it matters, when it matters. You look at the win-loss record with scoring first, and the numbers are pretty dramatic. Ground ball to second should be 2. Clemens goes to Kreidler, back across the diamond, not in time to get Holiday. The run scores on the backside, and the Orioles indeed score first here today as Henderson's leadoff walk comes home to roost. Alonso was a 4-6 put-out by Holiday, getting up the line in a hurry, able to leg it out. And he'll have an RBI ground out. He's at first base with 1 out and 1 in. So the 2 things we talked about Zebby avoiding, problems with the walk, problems in the first inning. And both of those have blossomed into issues here on a Wednesday afternoon. Infield stays back for Tyler O'Neill. He has good power, and he takes a pitch just off the corner, 1-0.
Yeah, they've pitched him well in this series. Got to play some right field DH. Numbers aren't eye-popping, but he's up there in the top part of this lineup for Baltimore.
Swings and misses in the count 1-1. A guy like O'Neill, you can be going along great against him, but if you just leave one pitch out there, he's so darn strong, Danny, that he can hit the ball out anywhere. Ball and a strike to Tyler O'Neill. Muscular Canadian, bats right-handed. Holiday runs. The pitch is fouled straight back, and it's 1-2. Not a team that runs very often, but Holiday would be one of those guys. Boy, could his dad play. Matt Holiday was a 7-time All-Star. Jackson was highly sought-after prospect, top of the draft out of high school in Stillwater, Oklahoma. And his younger brother was top of the draft as well, now with the Rockies. Quite a family. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. Long set for Zebby. And the pitch. And it's checked out. Did he go? You bet he did. Tyler Jones didn't even need to appeal. The home plate umpires pointed at him and said, back to the dugout, young man. Strikeout for Zebby, 2 away, and here's Dylan Beavers, who's 0 for his last 6 and 2 for his last 14. Beavers out of beautiful Paso Robles, California. It's slightly north of San Luis Obispo. His childhood friend Brooks Lee is in on the grass at third. Beavers was a Golden Bear at Cal as a strike called, 0-1. Getting some extended run in the outfield. He's been a little strikeout prone. Every bit of 6'5". He's grown into a tall, lanky outfielder. Hands held high above his back ear. And the pitch swung on and fouled back into the net, 0-2. So he took a cutter, he fouled away a 4-seam, and Zebby's up 0-2 in the count. Trying to limit the damage here to just that single run after the leadoff walk, then the Alonso single. Holiday still at first after his RBI fielder's choice. Not running, and the pitch is taken on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Couple of strikeouts for Zebby, who bounces back after the rocky takeoff. And of late, Shane Baz has given up 3 runs or fewer in 7 straight starts. First career complete game last time out back in his home state of Texas. He and Joe Ryan came up together in the Rays organization before finding their various paths, also teammates in that Olympic squad in Japan. Baz was rewarded prior to the start against the Twins the opening weekend of the year with a long-term deal by the Orioles. Yeah. They locked him up. And Baz has pitched to a good ERA, but the team has just not scored many runs or played well behind him. And they have not won a whole lot of his starts. Facing Larnach, who's 2 for 3 against Baz, trying to get off the schneid. He's 0 for his last 10. Baz to lefties, a lot of 4-seamers and curveballs. It's a big knuckle curve that he throws. The occasional changeup. And if it's occasional to most, it's going to be high volume to guys like Larnach and Lee. Baz kicks and delivers. And the first pitch, a swing and miss. It is a fastball. It's at 92. And the count is 0-1. So again, he doesn't light the radar gun up. He doesn't strike out as many as you would think. Baz came up with the reputation as a real aggressive flamethrower. He's had some injuries. And he misses high with the changeup, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Not a lot of strikeouts, can be occasionally wild, doesn't give up many home runs, but does give up a lot of hard contact. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and lined back up the middle, past a diving Henderson. There's some hard contact and a leadoff hit for Trevor Larnach. Well, walking out of the building last night, he said he needed a little good luck from you, Danny,
Yeah,
and you just told him to keep hitting it hard. He did just that.
Well, he's a confident player, and that's a fastball right there, middle up. Good swing on it. Larnach's one of those students of the game. You know, when he leaves the clubhouse, he's able to kind of flush it a little bit, but he's also one of the guys that likes to go back and really kind of evaluate the game.
How do I get better? What did I do? What would I have done differently?
What was my mindset in this particular batter, this particular pitch?
Royce Lewis now the hitter. Twins down a run. Leadoff man aboard here in their half of the first. Royce watches down, 1 ball and no strikes. That's the cutter. Right-handers like Royce, they'll get the cutter most of the time and the curve at about an equal percent. And then the four-seamer is the third member of that triumvirate for Shane Baz. The 1-0 hit high in the air to left field. More up than out, but it's got some carry back towards the base of the wall, and that ball's going to carry right into the glove of the left fielder, Dylan Beavers. Great heads-up base running by Larnach. He's going to tag and advance to second base. Beavers was at the wall, looking up, staring up as if that ball might be over his head. He just reached up and grabbed it right in front of the flowers. But, Danny, you have to love the base running on out number 1 by Trevor Larnach.
Well, that's knowing your own ballpark right there, and he saw the flight of the ball. That ball was definitely heading foul, and somehow the wind kind of kept that ball in fair territory and kept it in the ballpark.
Man in scoring position now for Josh Bell. Bell awaits, and he takes the first pitch in for a strike 0-1.
There's that knuckle curve. So he's featured everything he throws. We've seen it in the first 3 batters. His fastball, knuckle curve, off-speed pitch.
Saw the cutter and the change.
Change.
No balls and a strike. Twins were 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position last night. And Bell takes down and in here 1-1. Had plenty of traffic, and again, a leadoff single today. That's picking up where the Twins left off yesterday. They had the leadoff man on 6 of 9 innings. Only scored him twice. Larnach's good base running puts him at second. Baz looks at him now to the plate. And Bell taps one foul up the first base line. It's 1-2. That's the changeup. Baltimore and Minnesota first out of the starters blocks today. Is some other afternoon baseball in West Sacramento and St. Louis, Arizona, San Francisco. Full slate of night games, too. The 1-2. Swung on and pulled into the right field corner. If it's fair, the Twins will tie this game. It's going to drop for a base hit. Tavares up with it. Larnach's going to round. He's going to score. RBI single Josh Bell. Now the Twins have knotted this game at a run apiece in the home first. Great answer. And it was all set up by smart base running from Trevor Larnach.
You got to give credit. Josh Bell picks up the RBI because an opportunity, good base running right there that probably isn't a big stat, but between the coaching staff and the players, they know it was a heads-up play there by Larnach.
Clemens now in the box. Cody just 3 for his last 23, trying to keep the party going here in the home first. 1 out, 1 on, 1 in. Baz delivers, and the pitch is just off the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. Couple of Texans locking horns here, Baz and Clemens. Certainly an argument that can be made that with Buck sidelined, Cody Clemens is this club's most valuable player. 1-0 pitch up and away, 2-0. Really holds things together in the clubhouse, on the field, plays everywhere, allows Derek Shelton, Mike Ribello, and Mark Hallberg to move a lot of other pieces around the game board because of his, not just his willingness to play, but his ability to play at a high level in a lot of spots. 2-0 pitch. And that's upstairs, and the count 3-0 here to Clemens. So Baz with a man on, losing the zone. We saw Henderson swing 3-0. See what Cody does. Baz sets and delivers. And it's taken high ball 4. Cody had to wait and see where that fastball was. It was a little up. So another nice plate appearance. The line moves, and here's Brooks Lee riding a little 3-game hitting streak. He's 6 for his last 13 with 3 multi-hit games in a row.
There's some barking coming out of the Baltimore dugout after that to the home plate umpire, a young umpire. And pretty much put his palms out like, hey, you can challenge it. And one thing I've noticed, first 2 games, Baltimore doesn't challenge often.
No, not at all. And that pitch was high. Had they challenged, they would have lost it. And again, that's the answer from Tyler Jones. He is a young umpire. His twin brother, Austin, also new to the big leagues. But you have the answer in hand. Oh, you don't like it? Okay, tap your head. Like, you have a plan. And if you don't tap your head, zip it, because you have a pathway if you think I'm wrong. Runners on at first and second. Bell trying to pick up a sign from Borrego in the third base coach's box. Brooks is the hitter. Infield plays back looking for 2. And the pitch to Lee is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. He gets the knuckle curve, no surprise. Boy, I would bet, Danny, there's a changeup or 2 waiting in this sequence.
Yeah, no question. When they go over the scouting report, I'm sure it's a lot of off-speed stuff in the arsenal against Lee.
Ball and no strikes to Brooks, 2 on. Second to Bell, and runs batted in on this club. He watches a fastball just nibble the inside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. 17 homers, a new career best. 62 RBI, 2 shy of last year's output. Walks are up. 19 doubles as well for the switch-hitting Brooks Lee. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. That one squirts briefly away from Narvaez. It's 1-2. Good knuckle curve there. Thought there was a funny note in Pat Royce's story today about baseball in cornfields. He went out and went to a Wilmer Stingers game in the Northwoods League, a couple of town ball games. But he sat with Brooks's host mom from Wilmer for one of the games. As the 1-2 pitch. Checked out. Did he go? He did not. 2-2. And she said, Brooks was great. We loved it. We had a car he drove around. Happy that he's playing every day, hitting some home runs. And she said, I always thought that third was a better fit than shortstop for Brooks. I haven't asked Brooks yet. That's some harsh commentary from your summer ball host mom. 2-2. Wide for a ball, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. They're on at first and second with 1 out, 1 run already in. Twins have tied the game on the Bell RBI single. Josh at second, Clemens at first. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swung on a hit high in the air, pulled down the right field line. He went back to the knuckle curve, and Brooks golfs it foul down into the seats, and it stays full at 3-2. Still hasn't seen the changeup. Seen 4 curveballs and a couple of heaters. The changeup he threw to Bell was up and away. I don't maybe think he has the feel right now. Shane Boz. See what he dials up for another 3-2 pitch. Before he could throw it, time is called. Narvaez is catching. The Orioles did not make a move to replace Pozo on their roster after he was hit by Bell's bat last night. 3-2 pitch. Swung on a hit in the air to left field. And it's Beavers back on it. Dillon is underneath it. He retires his old Central California buddy. And there are 2 away here, and Keyshaw will be the batter. Was indeed another curveball, top of the zone, and Brooks banged it out to left field. So 2 outs, it's up to Luke, who has been one of the top on-base guys in the league since July 1st. In the American League, the only 2 hitters with a better on-base percentage since July 1st, Steven Kwan and Yordan Alvarez, with any significant number of at-bats. That is good company. 2-out chance for Luke, and the pitch is high. A snap throw down to first. Cody dives back in. Alonso was late getting back to the bag.
You talk about those 2 guys. Both of them started off slow during the season.
Yeah, Luke and Kwan did.
Kwan, yeah.
Sure.
And Kwan's too good of a player. And Alvarez struggled a little bit early as well. But
all he's going to do is win the Triple Crown probably at this point. He has found his gear. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back towards us. Just shy of the thriving club. It's 1-2. Keishel has reached in 7 of his last 9 plate appearances, a combination of hits, walks, and hit by pitch. Gets right up on the plate. Coils back and awaits Shane Boz. This will be the 23rd pitch for the Boz, and it's taken for a strike, and the count is 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Keishel. Josh Bell at second, Cody Clemens at first, a 1-1 game. And the pitch. Bounces in the dirt, Narvaez blocks it nicely, and the count 2-2. So not only have the Twins accomplished their goal of knotting this game up after giving up a run in the top half of the inning, they've given Zebby a nice long rest by the water cooler, and they forced Boz deep into his well of pitches. This will be number 25. Holds the ball tight to his chest and delivers. Swung on and rolled towards third base. Backhand by Encarnacion Strand. He'll take it himself to the bag. That retires Josh Bell, and the inning is over. But the Twins equalize.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this. Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message brought to you by the Ad Council.
Encarnacion Strand put on a show of strength yesterday. He's in the box to lead off the second. And he takes a first pitch strike from Zebby Matthews, and the count is 0-1. 460 feet to the second deck above the bullpens for Encarnacion Strand yesterday. And he hits this ball high in the air, but off his hands a little bit. Larnach loping in. Puts his arms out like he's in an airplane. He makes the catch. There's one away here in the second for Tavares. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on your home for Twins baseball. Tavares into the batter's box, switch hitter, batting left. Good speed, well traveled throughout his career. And he takes a pitch off the outside corner. They're going to challenge.
Pitcher's called a ball. The catcher's challenging.
And they're going to win that challenge. Caratini's been so good at this.
Pitcher's a strike. Minnesota has 2 remaining.
Victor Caratini now 95 ABS challenges. It's the third most in Major League Baseball, and his win percentage is over 65%. Waiting on the margins there as the 0-1 breaking ball drops in for a strike, and the count 0-2. It's not happenstance. Twins catching staff, they work on it. And Jeffers Caratini have been great. Mike Rubello deserves a lot of credit as well. 0-2 pitch. That's checked at. Didn't go, and it's 1-2. Curveball. Hey, does your kid have a favorite player? Of course they do. Bring them to the all-new Sunday Kids Autographs Before Home Games, presented by Target. Meet select Twins players, score an autograph, and then take in a ball game. Learn more at twins.com/kidsday. As Taveras fouls over his own dugout, stays 1-2. Again, it's an age-old concept, and sometimes the simpler the better. You come to a Sunday ball game, you get an autograph from your favorite player, you watch a game, hopefully you come back for more. The 1-2, just wide. 2-2. Two balls and two strikes to Taveras. 1-1 our score. Rubber match of this series. It's also knotted at 1. And Leote fouls another pitch back. Stays at 2-2. Taveras awaits and fouls down the third base line. Still 2-2. Leote being trumpeted on the Twins scoreboard for his efforts a couple of years ago helping the Orioles ground crew capture a squirrel. Oh, I didn't know you got credit for that. I mean, I caught one in a duffel bag in the radio studio. Didn't have to put it in my bio. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike there. They're going to challenge.
Pitch is called a strike. The batter's challenging.
So the Orioles are loath to challenge a lot, but they're going to get this one right.
Pitch is a ball. Baltimore has 2 remaining.
Leote was challenging before Tyler Jones was done with his called strike 3 call. I think you had a pretty good view of that one, Danny.
Pretty good right there. That's a rare challenge by Baltimore early in the ballgame.
Going to call timeout now. Instead of being back at the dugout, frustrated, he's in the box with a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Here he comes. Swung on a hit towards the left side of the diamond. Picked up by Lee, lined up at short. Take that, host mom. Grabs it, spins, and throws to first for the out. As Brooks Lee, yes, he's a third baseman, but he was lined up at shortstop, and he makes the play with a nice pirouette. So 2 outs, and Christian Franklin is now the hitter. Speedy Franklin back in the lineup for a second consecutive day. Kowser's usually out there. Even with another right-hander starting, they've gone with the righty Franklin instead of the lefty Kowser. And young Christian Franklin takes wide, 1 ball, no strikes, trying to see what they have in this young player. It's just his 8th major league game. He's just 1 for 14 as a big league hitter. And the 1-0 is a strike, and the count is 1-1. Midweek afternoon games, so you get some of the camp shirts out. Fewer than earlier in the summer. Well, ground ball nub towards third. It's going to be picked up by Brooks Lee. Long throw, and in time, what an arm.
Foul ball.
To get Franklin. Oh, they called it foul. I was watching the third base umpire, and Todd Tishner was just kind of letting Brooks play that one out. It's going to go as a foul ball. They count 1 and 2, but that's a heck of a play by Brooks. And a fun play, Danny, if you're a third baseman.
And again, that's the home plate umpire's call. More times than not, once the ball gets past third base, then it's the third baseman's call.
That ball was hugging the chalk. Yeah, and clearly a foul ball where Brooks picked it up. Still got to show off the arm, and every third baseman likes to do that. There's Brooks named after the most famous Orioles third baseman of all. I still count Cal as a shortstop, even though he moved over late. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So much history with this Orioles organization. Pitches down and away, 2-2. And you could find great players at every single spot on the diamond throughout their fine history. Of course, the Orioles Twins, they met in the first 2 division series. As the 2-2 cue to right field, base hit. So Franklin picks up his 2nd major league hit. Kind of pokes one into right field. He can run in the outfield. Danny, we'll see if he can run on the bases with Narvaez at the plate.
I would think so. That's part of his game. And like you said, young player, 8th game in the big leagues, does have 1 stolen base. And that's one thing about Baltimore, where they're going right now with good defense. We always talk about speed and how well it plays, and he's got a huge lead at first base.
Leaning on his right leg towards second. Zebby comes home. A snap throw down to first by Caratini, and Franklin dives back to the back of the bag. The pitch was wide, almost as if they had planned to snap a throw down there, as Caratini was coming up to catch the pitch up and away and then throw down to first. One ball and no strikes to Carlos Narvaez. 2 for his last 15. Zebby sets as Franklin edges away. The pitch swung on and cracked into left field. That's a base hit for Narvaez. Well, 2-out rally here for the Birds. Franklin drops the anchor at second. And after 2 quick outs, back-to-back base hits, and now the top of the order, Gunnar Henderson, who walked and scored Baltimore's only run. Beautiful August day as Caratini out to talk with Zebby Matthews. Matthews has already thrown 40 pitches. We're in the second inning. 1-1 our score. Henderson walked, a single from Alonso, and Holiday's fielder's choice brought him in. Twins scoring on a base hit by Josh Bell after Trevor Larnach singled and went to second, tagging up on a fly ball out to left. Great Gunnar Henderson story. He was a prodigy in Alabama, and he was due to go to Auburn. Everybody in the family loves Auburn except his mom, who somehow loves Alabama. Can't imagine what that's like in the fall. But our old buddy Eddie Julian was playing infield and one of the stars of the show for Auburn. And it was his sophomore year. He was having a big year, as a strike called. And teammates came to Eddie and said, you're draft eligible as a sophomore. He's like, yeah, but I might come back. And they said, no. We got this kid coming in, Gunnar Henderson. You're going to want to leave. You're going to want to leave. It's going to be Gunner's show now. Of course, Gunnar never came. He was drafted high and signed. It's a pitch up and in, and the count is 1-1. But Eddie did go. He was recently let go by the Rockies. Certainly hope he picks up somewhere. One ball and 1 strike to Henderson. And he swings and chops it towards first, picked up there by Royce Lewis. He takes it himself, and the inning is over. Scoreless second from Zebby Matthews. We played 1.5, tied at 1. Twins try.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field.
Yeah.
You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
So the museum opened in 1999. Grandpa was just an amazing human being, and we want to share his legacy with the next generation of baseball fans and non-baseball fans alike. I kind of like to have the cards as a reminder, like I can kind of look at his face and see what he looked like that year. It just kind of helps me visualize in my mind what it would have been like to see him play, because I didn't get that chance.
You do game day, we're here for it at Target and Target.com.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Bottom of the second, bottom third of the order. It's Victor Caratini, Alan Rode, and Ryan Kreidler from Minnesota. 1-1 here with the Orioles, trying to win a series. Then tomorrow, big day. Head down to the Field of Dreams, Dyersville, Iowa. And again, everybody talking about this ball game. It's the third ever game for the big leagues down there, the first in this new ballpark. Saints played there last night to great effect. And Danny and I will be there. So, yes, it's a Netflix presentation, but we will be there, and you can join us just the way you're joining us today. Here's Caratini, batting left-handed. First pitch to Victor is taken just high. 1 ball, no strikes. Victor 2 for his last 25. He's only hitting $167 over his last month. Trying to set the table here for Roden, another guy who needs to get going. The bottom third here, Caratini, Roden, Kreidler, they're all fighting it right now. But you're always only 1 swing away from being out of it. And the 1-0 swung on and flared down the left field line, pushing towards foul territory, and indeed it's into the front row of the seats for a long strike. Caratini thought there for a moment it might stay fair and took off running. Now Victor slowly back into the batter's box. Taj Bradley's going to throw that game tomorrow. He has to be absolutely excited. Couldn't have a better guy to start it. He's like a big kid anyway, just happy, unaffected by travel, all that stuff. He won't be bothered in the slightest. He'll face Aaron Nola. The 1-1. That's down and in, 2-1. I would think Danny.
That's a good pitching matchup right there.
Yeah. The young and the older, right? You get the guy having a great year in Bradley, and then Nola, the salty veteran.
And then also the Phillies players. Whew.
Good lineup.
You guys are stacked.
2-1. Pulled on the ground back up the middle. Backhand pick up by Holiday. Flings it over to first, and there's one out. Rest of that series, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be Connor Prelip and the lefty Jesus Luzardo, and then Dean Kramer and Andrew Painter. So we won't see Christopher Sanchez in the series. What a year that man is having. Here's Roden. Need to get that bat going for Allen. He's 0 for his last 9. Roden watches wide. You can challenge this one.
Pitch called a ball. Catcher's challenging.
Maybe they were inspired by Caratini. I think they're going to get a strike out of this too.
Pitch and strike. Baltimore has 2 remaining.
Hey, talking about Baltimore hasn't really challenged much this year. Narvaez comes from Boston, and they were very conservative. And that was a point of emphasis even before Alex Cora got fired. They're like, we need to challenge more. Very ineffective. I think they've probably got a little bit better now. There's the 0-1 high, 1-1. Finally drilled down with Roden on his matchup with Connor Prelip back in high school, and they did verify that Roden got a hit off of him in a section semifinal game. And he cues this one into shallow left field, and he'll get a hit right here. Alan Roden's aboard. Opposite field cue shot into left, and the Twins have a man on with 1 out for Kreidler. So they were arguing back and forth about it. They both agreed it was a section semi. They played in Appleton at the home of the minor league club there, and that Toma won, Prelip's team won. And they went back through like the Game Changer app to find the box score from 2017 and confirmed that Roden, who was catching that day, did have a hit. Kreidler swings and pops into the air in right field. Tavares in his tracks, barely asked to move. And Kreidler's out on a pitch. 2 outs. And a man on for Larnach. He snapped an 0 for 10 with a clean single. Came around to score in the first.
You know, as good as Kreidler is defensively, the offense, you're hoping for a little bit of bonus out of him. I see more times than not, he's a first pitch swinger, and he puts the ball in play with some weak contact early. Maybe try a different approach. I'm not going to swing until I get 2 strikes. See some pitches if I can.
Yeah, he's definitely been an up-and-down guy offensively as Larnach watches a strike. Remember, there was a stretch there where he's hitting everything hard and had nothing to show for it.
Right.
We saw him kind of unlock some of that athleticism that he has.
He's driven in some runs. He's got 5 home runs, so he's picked up some big hits.
Of late, certainly is out early more often than not. Here's the 0-1. Larnach hits this ball high in the air, a little hollow to right field. Tavares going to have a play on it. He's in front of that little porch, and he makes the catch. Medium deep fly ball out to right, and the inning is over. No runs despite a hit.
So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
We were told to be athletic and do the best we could. And, man, I've always felt like I was a good base runner, but I think another key with that is being healthy. So I'm just having fun being healthy again.
Yeah, the Twins are getting the best version of Royce Lewis right now, batting .365 over his last 16 games, Chris.
Yeah, he has been outstanding. He's at first base today, and he awaits Pete Alonso in the batter's box. Ebby Matthews delivers to Pete, and the first pitch swirls in for a strike 0-1. Treasure Island Resort and Casino is the exclusive casino partner of the Minnesota Twins. Explore more of the island with a relaxing getaway. Book your stay at TICasino.com. 0-1 pitch swung on a miss, and the count is 0-2 to Pete.
Zebby is so effective when he's able to pitch head in the count.
Different guy.
Yeah, a whole different guy here that got the first 2 outs in that top of the second inning, and then a couple base hits, soft base hits.
0-2 as Matthews looks in. Taps the rubber, and here it comes, and it overcooked that one wide. It's 1-2. The 18 slider out of the zone, and Alonso, a couple of practice hacks. He left that sledgehammer in the on-deck circle. He awaits, and the 1-2 all the way to the backstop. It bounces back over the head of Jones and the catcher, Caratini, all the way to Matthews. That was a boomerang ball there. Bounced in the dirt, hit the limestone, and then careened all the way back to the mound. Two, right back up the middle. Dive from Clemens. Can't quite get it. Goes under his outstretched arm, and Alonso has his second single up the middle today. Leadoff man aboard again. Yeah, one of those where you don't want to give up a hit, but the way Alonso runs the bases or doesn't run the bases, Danny, there are worse outcomes to an at bat than him, kind of getting a ball off his hands and rolling it through the middle.
We used to talk about Frank Thomas, in a situation we'd walk him because then he could clog the bases. They'd need 3 hits, get him to touch home plate.
Holiday fouls away, and the count is 0-1. I didn't hear the list. Is Big Frank going to be, do you think, at the Field of Dreams? A lot of the old White Sox guys are going to be there. The big hurt. No balls and a strike. Pitch on the way. Taken for a strike. They were showing the highlight. The first ever game they played down there. Temporary field. And it was White Sox, Yankees, and Tim Anderson, who announced his official retirement, I think, yesterday. Hit a walk-off home run into the corn. I want to talk about a fairy tale ending for the league as the 0-2 is high and the count is 1-2.
That was the first game.
First one.
And it started something, and it's really kind of blossomed, and it's kind of a feather in Major League Baseball's cap to be able to play that kind of game.
They had the Cubs and the Reds the following year, and then they took a break as they were trying to put this ballpark together permanently as a pitch down and in. And the ballpark we will be broadcasting from, our vantage point will look out over the field to the corn, and then through that cornfield on the other side will be the original field that they carved out of the corn for the movie. And that's where the museum is, the original white clapboard house. As the 2-2 pitch is taken just wide, 3-2. Fans will come through that corn on a path towards the field, the now permanent field, that will be home to a full-time Northwoods League team next year. They hosted the All-Star game this year. They'll have a college game there. Minor league game last night as a pitch fouled straight back. And, of course, big league game tomorrow. Big leagues have taken the show on the road before. They go to Williamsport, usually once a year, playing the Crosscutters Park there. They played at the Speedway last year. The 3-2 swung on a miss, and Holiday's out on strikes. Remember they played, it was at Bristol Speedway on the infield. They built a ballpark and had like the biggest crowd ever, and then there was rain. That was a wild scene. College basketball for a while, they went to playing games on aircraft carriers. I don't think we're going to do that.
Wow.
I don't think we're quite ready for that one. Here's Tyler O'Neill. Pitch on the way. Swung on and ripped into center field. Keyshaw has to play it on a hop. Alonso just trudges down to second base. It's a first pitch base hit for O'Neill. And the runners on at first and second now for strikeout-prone Dylan Beavers, just 2 for his last 15. And Beavers in this series is 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. In other words, just the guy the Twins want in the batter's box right now. If you were dreaming up kind of one of these travel games, like where's a spot they haven't gone? We went to Puerto Rico. That's another one.
Yeah,
they
we've
played
done
in
that.
Mexico. They played in
They
London.
played in Mexico. We've never played there, but teams will go there.
Pitch here is going to be challenged. It was called a ball.
Pitcher's called a ball. Catcher's challenging.
It's going to be very close. Bottom of the zone or under it.
Pitcher's a strike. Minnesota has 2 remaining.
Nice job, Vic. Again, they played in London at Wembley. Commissioner Manfred saying the hard part in England is there aren't any fields that are big enough or aligned properly, really.
In their stadiums over there.
Yeah, they're all built for soccer or rugby. It's the 0-1 pulled foul down near the Twins dugout. It's 0-2.
I would want to go maybe, how about Australia?
That would be a cool place, right? I think they've done that. They opened the season there one year. The Dodgers, maybe the Mariners.
I know they have over in Japan.
You know, they played the Rickwood game. Mark Hallberg was a part of that with the Giants. In the famed Negro League ballpark, home of Willie Mays. He had just passed away right before the game. It was very emotional. It's a pitch up and away, 1-2. Have Gino check. I think they started a year in Australia one year. I think that.
Was it an exhibition or was it a real?
I think it was a regular season, kind of like they do with the Japan games, where they count and then you come back and have more spring training. Pitch just off the corner, 2-2. I'll have Gino put that on a napkin and see if
he brought a notepad today.
Same pen.
Napkins are out.
Dodgers, Diamondbacks, 2014. There you go, in Australia. 2-2. Swung on and pulled foul, first base line. Still 2-2. 1 out with 2 on here. They've covered some different corners of the globe. Two balls and 2 strikes. Looking for a double play to end the inning. Or will it be another strikeout for Beavers? Swing and a high drive. Right field, it's got some carry. Roden's back base of the wall. Beavers connects for a home run just shy of the dock on a hanging breaking ball. It's a 3-run clout to right, and the Orioles jump in front 4-1. He left the curveball in the zone, and Beavers did not miss it. Well, he's long, angular, 6'5" hitter, Danny, and he got all the levers working on that one.
Yeah, that was just a breaking ball. That was 81. Boy, right in his wheelhouse.
So burned by the home run. Again, 3 of them yesterday for the Orioles. Twins now looking up at Baltimore. And the first pitch here is a strike to Encarnacion Strand, who has power to spare. It's 0-1, just the third of the year for Beavers. We mentioned he'd been 0 with all of his out strikeouts. As this one cued towards first, caught by Lewis, ranging to his left. Nicely done. 2 outs, Tavares will bat. But you talk about lefties and their natural, as you put it, wampum zone.
Yep.
That's where that curveball ended up.
You know, every hitter has what we call a swing plane, a swing zone. They like the majority of the time swing through that area. And sometimes if the pitchers kind of get in his area, you're going to get damage like that.
Tavares squares around, pulls the bat back, and takes a strike, and the count is 0-1.
I got one more place to go play ball.
All right, let's go.
Cuba.
I'm with you.
You like that?
I like that one a lot. Yeah.
I think that it would be good for baseball, but also the fans.
The Orioles played an exhibition in Cuba one year. I remember that was a really big deal as it was starting to open up a little bit, but I think that would be a fun place. 0-1. It's taken for a ball they'll challenge. A lot of challenges early.
Pitcher's called a ball. The catcher's challenging.
I think both teams are perfect so far in these challenges for poor Tyler Jones, and that's a strike.
Pitcher's a strike. Minnesota has 2 remaining.
You went to the Dominican during spring training one year.
Mm-hmm.
You flied over for an exhibition game and been to Puerto Rico in the regular season. 0-2, taken right down the chute for a called strike 3. Leody Tavares, see you later. That's the end of the inning, but Dylan Beavers vaults this Baltimore Oriole club into the lead. It's 4-1 Baltimore after 2.5 on your
beer and more beer. Hey, it's like Jenga.
Broken bat for Freeland. On the ball to second. Corner boots it. Everybody's safe. Whatever superstition you have, you're employing it right now.
Not sure why that was Chargers' ball, and he misjudged it.
He literally has a shirt that says "dump here." He's got a 62 shirt. That's pretty awesome. That's just impressive preparation.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
And more, you can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
It's the bottom of the third. Work to do for the Twins. They're down 4-1. Shane Baz may not know what to do with himself. This club scores fewer runs for Baz in his starts than any club for any starting pitcher around the big leagues so far this year. He'll face Royce Lewis, Josh Bell, Cody Clemens. Royce from the right side. Royce skied out to the base of the wall in left, first time up. The first pitch here is down and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Twins down 4-1. Getaway day for both of these clubs. 1-0 pitch is on the way, and that ball is lined into the left field corner. Beavers will look at it, watch it bounce, and scoop it up on a couple of hops. Royce hustling around first, diving into second. It's a leadoff double for Royce Lewis, whose torrid second half continues here. And the Twins have an answer in scoring position with nobody out for Josh Bell.
And the Twins have been pretty good about responding once they give up some runs there to be able to kind of get right back in it, kind of peck away. Baz really nothing today, and the Twins have a good approach.
Just a matter of turning those opportunities early in innings into runs.
Well, that was the downfall of the Twins last night, 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. That showed up in the end score.
Bell smacks the first pitch into the net behind home plate, 0-1. Josh Bell drove in the Twins' lone run in the first as he pulled a single into the right field corner. Man at second base is Royce Lewis. He's got the high socks today, showing a little stirrup there. A moon pie white crescent there coming out the top of his shoes. This ball shot through the left side for a base hit. Royce broke back to second. He'll only advance as far as third as Beavers rallies it back to the infield. 2 for 2 day for Josh Bell. All that cornfield BP is paying dividends. And they're on the corners now with nobody out for Cody Clemens.
Yeah, Baz gives you a comfortable at bat. There's nothing really that is going to push you off the plate, scare you a little bit. No intimidation out on the mound. Just a comfortable at bat.
See what Clemens can do. Try to cash in. Start of a potential big inning on the corners with nobody out. There's the pitch. Swung on a miss, and the count is 0-1. So many big moments for Cody Clemens this year. Again, the argument can be made that he's been the Twins' MVP. Lewis in fair territory down the line at third. That's a new strategic wrinkle for the Twins. I'm going to call that a strike on the inside corner to Clemens. Saw the Red Sox do it in spring training. Then we saw the Tigers do it with the lefty up, less than 2 outs, and a runner at third base. Twins will have that runner in fair territory in the attempt to create a better running lane that's going to disrupt the throwing lane on a potential ground ball to the third baseman. On a contact play or a play at the plate. Pitch fouled away 0-2. Now, there is the risk of being hit, obviously, in fair territory.
Yeah, you're out.
And one thing that some of the coaches told me was we realized that risk exists when you lead off a first and when you lead off a second, but we still do that. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on and pulled into the right field corner, foul. Stays 0-2. The other element the Twins like about it, it doesn't come into play here because Encarnacion Strand is played about 25 feet off the line. But the back pick, they thought that leading there in fair territory cuts the angle down on a potential back pick. Royce now heads into foul ground with a 2-strike count. The 0-2 is lined into right field, base hit. Come on down, Royce. RBI single for Cody Clemens. It's a 4-2 game. The Twins answer indeed, and it's 3 straight knocks to start the third, and they're on at first and second for Brooks Lee.
Talking about a comfortable bat, no balls and 2 strikes. Elevated fastball. Cody's going to rip that every time.
They hit 105 miles an hour. As Clemens drives in number 56. Trying to join this man, Brooks Lee, and the man at second, Josh Bell, in the 60-plus RBI department. Brooks flied out to left, first time up, 3-game hitting streak. They've all been multi-hit games. And the first pitch to Lee is a breaking ball. That's that changeup, actually off speed for a strike, 0-1. Flied out to left, saw a bunch of pitches back in the first inning. Two on, nobody out. And Lee tries to check and does not. A breaking ball down and in. It's 0-2. They appealed down to Todd Tishner, and he said, ring him up. So Brooks into battle mode here. His childhood friend Beavers with a 3-run homer to give the Orioles the lead. See if Brooks can answer. Pitch is down, and the count is 1-2. Beavers from Paso Robles, just north there of San Luis Obispo, but he went to Mission Prep, which is right in downtown San Luis Obispo. Brooks, of course, was a Tiger at San Luis Obispo High School. Long set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and cracked in the air, left center field. That'll drop for a base hit. Bell is going to get a stop sign at third. The bases will be loaded. Now the ball gets away briefly in the infield, but recovered by Encarnacion Strand. It's 4 straight base hits, the last 2 of them in 2-strike counts. And the Twins have the bases loaded, nobody out for Luke Keyshaw. Well, that's the Brooks Lee when he's locked in, when he's hitting those line drives.
And again, a comfortable at bat. He's in the hole, and Boz just leaving something up in the zone there. And
he tried to come back with a curveball, actually.
But it's just a nothing burger for a curveball.
And he had fooled him on the check swing early, and then that time Brooks, what you like to see from a player, make the adjustment.
Right.
Okay, you got me on the one. You're not going to get me on another, and you've talked about it a lot. It's adjustments, not just game to game, season to season. It's at bat to at bat and pitch to pitch.
But it's poorly executed.
Long meeting on the mound.
But demoralizing if the Baltimore Orioles, you're coming back, get the 3-run homer, you go up at the time 4-1, and all of a sudden you give it right back.
So I told you that Boz might not know what to do with all that run support. Bases loaded, nobody out. They stayed back looking for a double play. They'll concede a run. And the pitch to Keyshaw is taken just off the plate away. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, he has reached a very high clip here of late. The walks, the hit batters. Leads the club in both of those categories. Chance to drive in some runs now. The 1-0. Breaking ball high, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. It started with a Lewis double. Bell singled. Clemens singled home Royce. Brooks Lee a single to load the bases. 4 straight hits here in the home third. Twins down 4-2, but knocking on the door. Again, they've had more at-bats with the bases loaded than any team in baseball this year. Keyshaw's turn now. Boz has already thrown 50 pitches, and this one smacked in the air to center. It'll be Franklin coming on. They're going to send the runner. Bell charging down the line. He's going to slide across and score. And it's going to be a sac fly line drive for Luke Kershaw to make it a one-run game here in the third. Josh Bell just put his head down, Danny, and he ran till he ran out of places to run.
Another good at-bat by Kershaw right there. Got it deep enough. Impressed with the center fielder's arm there a little bit. That's Franklin out there.
He was charging the ball. It was a sinking liner. So not a perfect chance to set up, but fairly shallow. And they tested him there with one of their slower runners in Bell. And Bell was able to chug home to make it a 4-3 ball game. First and second now, one out. And Caratini will back. Can't be satisfied with just the two here. With 4 straight hits to open the inning. Caratini takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Clemens dancing around out at second. We've seen him steal third.
Yeah.
Encarnacion is way off the line at third.
And the key is for Brooks Lee to kind of keep his eyes on the base runner. Clemens ahead of him.
Cody looks back at Brooks here.
It's there to be taken.
Henderson just kind of half-heartedly dogging in behind him. And the pitch is taken low.
You know, the risk to it is it's a left-handed batter, so it gives that free lane for the catcher to come up and make an easy throw without a right-handed hitter in the batter's box.
He's basically racing Encarnacion and Strand back to the bag.
Because Strand's got to hold his ground at third base. Can't just evacuate it.
1 ball, 1 strike. And now they turn and look, and Cody scrambles back to second base. Home third, a lot of action early in this one. We've seen 7 runs. We've seen 13 hits. Twins trail 4-3, but threatening with runners at first and second. The pitch. Swung on and lined into right field for a base hit. Clemens takes the turn. Windmilled home by Borrego. He'll score the tying run. It's the 5th hit of the inning, and the Twins have matched the Orioles. It's a 4-4 ball game. It has been a line drive extravaganza here in the third inning. No ground balls, no real fly balls, Danny. It has just been liner after liner from chalk to chalk, and now it's Alan Roden's turn.
And again, a poor executed pitch up in the zone there, and Caratini knows what to do with that.
So Lee at second, Caratini at first, up to Roden with 1 out. See if he can break this tie. Short-lived lead for the Orioles. And Allen takes high above his hands, 1 ball, no strike. 7th man to bat in the inning. Well, you looked at that Beavers homer, it could have been a backbreaker. Instead, the Twins come back swinging. Ducks a pitch into the dirt, 2-0 now to Alan Roden. Activity in the bullpen. Remember Boz last time out? Complete game, an 8-inning complete game. First of his career at a loss at Texas. Struggling on fumes here in the third. And this ball hit high in the air for Roden to center field. Franklin was played shallow, racing back towards the wall, and it's off the base of the wall. Everybody was holding up. They'll send Lee. Caratini will only get as far as third. It's going to be a run-scoring double off the wall for Alan Roden. His second hit of the ball game, and the Twins have a 5-4 lead. They lead for the first time today. You could not hit a ball further in this ballpark without hitting a home run. I think Roden off the bat might have been thinking, hey, I'll get that triple and win Janet Springer some money, but the Twins played it cautious on the bags, and Caratini wanted to make sure he didn't get hung out. He ends up only advancing as far as third.
Boy, Franklin, tough play for him, but he made a bad route on that ball.
He was played very shallow. Kreidler, the 8th man to bat, infield in. Big swing and miss. You talked about him swinging early, Danny. Comes up empty here, and it's 0-1. Runners at second and third. The infield is in on the dirt. Encarnacion Strand just off the bag. He squares and bunts foul. He nearly hit Larnach in the on-deck circle.
Little safety squeeze right there. I like it.
Couldn't get it down. We've seen Kreidler bunt quite effectively for hits on multiple occasions. That's a big run down there at third. Twins have taken the lead. You want to keep pouring it on. Keep this line moving. Cam Sanders is up in the bullpen. Twins have 6 hits in the inning. They've scored 3 runs, and they have runners at second and third. Here it comes. And it's down and away. Narvaez saved a run there. Keeping that ball out in front. And Boz pitch count over 60 now. He has thrown 26 pitches already here in the third inning. He's given up 6 hits. The only out is on a sac fly. The 1-2 pitch pending to Ryan Kreidler on the way. And it's high. Good take from Ryan. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, hit the ball hard. Caratini not blessed with great speed at third. Rodens at second. Infield in. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. He struck him out. That is the first strikeout for Boz. It comes on the knuckle curve. And it'll be up to Larnach now, the 9th man to bat here in the inning. Larnach has singled and then flied out into the right field corner. He's 1 for 2. A big answer, hoping for a bigger answer here in the Twins half of the 7th. Runners on at second and third, and the first pitch drops in for a strike. That's the cutter. And it's 0-1. Larnach has been locked in. Really solid year for Trevor. Here's the pitch. Curveball pulled into the right field corner for Larnach, and that's a foul ball just up onto the railing there. That ever-heightening sidewall, it's about 4 inches thick, and it landed right on top of that railing and skittered up into the seats. 0-2. Not fooled on that curveball. Just a little out in front. Twins 5, Orioles 4. From the bottom of the third. 4-run inning. 6 hits in the inning. Twins have done it in polar opposite fashion to the Orioles. Orioles did all their damage on one swing, the 3-run homer for Beavers. Collective approach for Minnesota. There's the pitch. And it swung on a miss, and down goes Larnach, and the inning is over. But the Twins pick up 4 runs on 6 hits. They take their first lead. It's 5-4 Minnesota after 3 on your home for Twins baseball. Twins hitters.
Second home run of the game, 26th of the year for Ohtani. And what do we have here?
Obviously a big, strong guy, long arms. You want to be able to tie up inside, but you can't just pitch him one way.
Noah Cameron, incomplete, command of the Twins. 9 strikeouts, ties a career best. Soda's 8 innings. Spectacular.
Major League Baseball's best 29-5 since June 25th. 7 in a row for the Red Sox.
How about that for a response? First pitch of the ball game from Lauer, PCA. Well, I'm the designated hitter. All hit. 420 feet. Game on. And not a lot of experience as a designated hitter, but he is absolutely locked in.
On Hill hit now, lines it into left field. The Guardians take the lead. This kid's unbelievable. He's 4 for 4 in his big league debut.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Well, this portion of Twins baseball brought to you by United Healthcare, committed to care. Learn more at uhc.com. Zebby Matthews is back out on the mound. He's got a lead to work with. It's 5-4 Minnesota, and we will hand things over to Dan Gladden.
Well, thank you, Chris. Good afternoon, everybody. It's going to be hitters 8, 9, and 1 for the Baltimore Orioles. That 4-run third inning has propelled the Twins to a 5-4 lead. feel this game is still far from over. Let's see if Zebby can kind of shut down this Baltimore ball club. They've had traffic on it every inning. First pitch missed inside, ball one. Carantini's going to challenge.
Pitcher's called a ball. The catcher's challenging.
Twins have been dead on, so is Baltimore.
Pitcher's a ball. Minnesota has one remaining.
Ooh. Missed by a few ball lengths out there. That was not even close. So Zebby, his pitch count up there at 66. And a pitch delivers. That one's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Franklin got his second major league hit. A base hit to right field with 2 down back in the second inning. Speed player in center field. And missed outside. 2 balls and a strike. 4 runs, 6 hits for Baltimore. 5 runs on 9 hits for the Twins. Twins picked up 6 hits and that 4-run third as Zebby delivers. Pitch on the inside corner. There's a strike, evens it up, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Both times the leadoff man has reached, he scored. So huge at bat here with the number 8 man leading things off.
Yeah, Zebby with 4 strikeouts. He's walked 1, walked the leadoff guy, Gunnar Henderson, to start the ballgame. And a pitch. Down and away.
Yeah, Gunnar came in, scored, came to the dugout and said, guys, the streak is alive. 112 in a row. We can swing away now.
That is so impressive. Because what did you say? Detroit's the next closest team.
44.
Fouled off right side. See, that's a stat I wouldn't even think about.
No.
You know?
Completely random.
But I wonder of the, what did you say, 112 walks, how many of those came around to score?
Of the walks in 112 games?
Yes. And there's a leadoff walk here to start the top half of the 4th inning.
Well, you don't need a complex algorithm or deep analytical knowledge to know that walking the fastest guy on the other team in the number 8 spot after you just rallied to take a 5-4 lead is not a great plan.
And Narvaez bats, handles the bat well. He's kind of a hit-and-run guy. Pretty good lead at first. Not running. And a pitch buckled him on a breaking ball. Twins trying to win the series here. Dropped the ball game yesterday and won the opener. And again came right back with a bender, a cutter. And now in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Defense pretty much straight away. Got Kershaw shading Narvaez a little bit in right center field. Gap is in left center field. Roden deep in right, near the line. And a pitch. Check swing, see if he went, held up. Gunnar Henderson in the on-deck circle. Leadoff walk here to start the top half of the 4th inning. And that's Franklin at first base. Short lead now. And a pitch. Ground ball should be 2. Kreidler. Clemens back to first in time for the Innovative Office Solutions double play turn by the Twins. Came back with that cutter and just had him out in front, rolled it over.
Great answer by Zebby. Big pitch there with 2 strikes. Knowing what he was looking for, Danny. He wasn't hunting a strikeout necessarily. He was trying to get off the barrel, and he got exactly what he wanted.
You know, we talked about Boz for Baltimore not executing his pitches right there. Zebby executed every one of those pitches. Base is empty, 2 down. Here's the top of the order, and it's Gunnar Henderson. A walk and a ground out. First pitch outside, ball 1. And laid off an off-speed pitch, and now 2 balls and no strikes. Zebby's pitch count not going to be around long if he can't have that quick 7-pitch inning. Popped up, should be playable. Kershaw. Clemens out. It's Kershaw calling, and he'll camp under it and puts that one away. A nice job. Double play, leadoff walk. And through 3.5. Good ball game here. It's Twin.
Josh Lowe comes sliding in to make the catch.
That is an incredible catch. How low can Josh Lowe go?
High drive, center field, caught! But Yuri Clement
Clements.
Wow. Ernie Clement soaring through the air.
Coming in and making the play. How about it?
Oh, was sinking and knuckling with a glove just above the grass, kind of reaching behind him almost to his left.
Right off the end of the bat. Look at Trey. Catch it. Throw it. Double play. He is a wizard out there. Kelly gets the wave. The throw from Straw. He's out. They just keep finding a way. Drive. Diving catch by Nunez on the edge of the outfield grass ends the inning. What a play.
I think he's quite sick of not seeing Nunez.
Ryan Walshpit going to give it a look near the wall. And he's got it. The juggling catch by Ryan Walshpit.
Sliding to make the catch is Jackson Merrill.
That kid can cover some ground.
1-0. Crack to deep center field. Varsho going back as far as he can go. And Legaliers has a grand slam. 6-2 A's. Shea's third home run of the series is a grand slam. And they have blown this game wide open.
And in grand fashion.
Feels like free ice cream for kids 12 and under on Sundays. Get your tickets today at twins.com/tickets.
That's going to be it for Shane Baz. 3 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs earned. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Cam Sanders will come on for Baltimore here, and he'll be facing Royce Lewis, Josh Bell, Cody Clemens. Twins leading 5-4 on 9 hits. As Lewis doubled his last time up, takes first pitch outside, ball 1. Sanders with Pittsburgh earlier. Just his 4th game with Baltimore. Was in 9 games with an 8.5 ERA with Pittsburgh. And here it is. Check swing, see if he went, and he held up.
When he came over, Dan, he picked up a win and a save in his first 2 outings. The only other Orioles to do that, Craig Kimbrell, Mickey Weston, and Doyle Alexander.
Yeah, catches the outside corner for a strike. Did you say Doyle Alexander?
That's why it caught my attention. Doyle Alexander, who I didn't even remember as an Oriole, did it in 1972.
2 balls and a strike. And a swing and a miss. Got to buy him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I want to say Doyle Alexander went from Atlanta to the Detroit Tigers in a trade, and he went 11-0 with Detroit in 87.
Yep.
And the player that went to Atlanta?
Mr. John Smoltz.
John Smoltz, Hall of Famer, missed outside.
And a Michigan kid. They're like, yeah, we traded a prospect, one of these Michigan kids, a prospect. But Doyle went 11-0, but nobody remembers that part of it all these years later.
Well, he got the first game in the playoffs and gave up 2 homers to Gary Gaetti. Swing and a miss, came after him and got him. So Sanders picks up a strikeout, out number 1.
And, you know, I'm glad you brought that up. It's a great story. We went through all this rigmarole at the trade deadline, and you get guys for your playoff rotation. That's what they did. They went out and got and spent heavily in the form of Smoltz to get a guy who goes 11-0 and then runs into a red-hot rat in the postseason, and boom, it's over.
Bell bats, takes it outside, ball 1. Doyle Alexander was a guy that when he would, the catcher would put a sign down, and if he wanted to shake off, he would add and subtract. He would take his glove and rub his chest once or twice, so he's adding. And if he did his legs, he would subtract. Well, we sniffed that out.
Pitch is called a ball. The catcher's challenging.
They're going to win this one, Danny. Wait, so I want to know, you guys figured out his code.
Yes.
Pitch is a strike. Baltimore has 2 remaining.
So now,
you know, back then it was, 1's a fastball, 2's a curve, 3's a slider, and the wiggle of the 4 fingers was a changeup. And that one missed outside.
So I put down 3, and he swipes his leg twice. He's going back from a fast slider to a fastball.
Yes. Or he would go to the top and swipe once and maybe add to go from the slider to the changeup. There's a line drive, base hit into right center field. Have a day, Josh Bell, 3rd hit this afternoon.
How did you guys figure it out?
We had a guy named Niall Peterson who was our kind of video photographer guy, and he studied it. And, back then the cameras from center field, you could see the catcher put the sign down, put the finger down, and count his swipes and figure it out. Okay, here it is. And the pitch to Cody missed inside tight. The other one was, a lot of times the catchers, when they put their hand down, they'd always bring their glove and try to cup their left shin guard so the third base coach couldn't see it. Well, the guy in the on-deck circle could see it. That's popped up shallow left field. And that's going to be run down there. That's a nice little catch there by Beavers. There's out number 2 on a pop-up. So the guy in the on-deck circle could say, here you go, puck. Here you go, puck.
And if you
letting him know fastball.
Okay.
You don't say nothing. It's off speed. We didn't really want to go curveball, changeup. It would just be off speed.
And now Puck didn't like it, right? He didn't want to know.
He didn't like it from second base.
You guys tagged Doyle for 10 runs and 2 starts in that postseason, so I think it worked.
There's Brooks Lee. That one missed outside.
Did he ever figure it out? I mean, the counter espionage, right? Did suddenly he go, why are they on everything, and maybe change up his routine?
It was too late. They were eliminated.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Lee had a base hit in that 4-run third, and that one missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Bell at first, 2 down.
When you went to Detroit a couple years later,
he was gone by then.
Did you tell Sparky, we had you, man?
No. See if we get something to hit here. 2-0. Catches the outside corner now. 2 balls and 1 strike. I'd always ask Sparky because he would never give signs to the third base coach. I go, what's the hit and run for you? He goes, I put 1 step up on
1 foot up.
1 foot on the step. There's your hit and run. He'd lean up against the pole, and there's your steal. Fouled off, evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I feel like on a warm afternoon, you might just accidentally lean up against the pole a lot.
Well, and you talk about the old Detroit Tiger. That only held like 50 players. And then the bullpen was sunken in the ground like a little turret, that little jail cell down there. Lee bats with a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes, 5-4 Minnesota. Check swing, see if he went, held up. Bell will be off and running here, 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. Keyshaw would bat next if Lee continues the inning. Sanders, a right-hander. They're going to play behind Bell at first base, and now he steps off. Lee having a pretty good series. He's 5 for 10 with a couple of ribbies. Bell runs and a pitch. Lined into left field, base hit, and slapped it the other way. Bell pulls up at second. 2-out knock. Second hit again for Brooks Lee. I believe that's 3 games now in a row.
4
in a row.
Going
where
back
he's had
to getting the Miz twice in Milwaukee. I think that's a new career high. 4 straight multi-hit games.
And that gets Keyshaw to the plate. Sac fly RBI. He has now 35 ribbies on the year.
I think that also, again, we get back to the diversity of Brooks Lee. Yes, he can slug, but gets into that 2-strike count. Playing defense, he can swat that ball the other way.
Keyshaw, he went around there on a check swing and cost him a strike. Well, that makes Brooks Lee so effective in that he can slap the ball the other way. I like your analogy. He's got that 2-strike approach. He may get a big swing early in a count, but as the count goes deeper on him, he'll shorten it up. Timeout called by Keyshaw. Twins now with 11 hits on the board. Bell short lead at second. Lee at first. Hit in the air, left field, should be in the ballpark. It is. Beavers trotting in, and he's going to put that one away. Twins threaten. They get a couple hits, leave 2. 4 in the books. It's the Twins 5 and the Orioles 4. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
Save big on your landscaping project at Menards. Whether you're looking for edgers, pavers, or wall blocks, Menards has the largest in-stock selection of concrete landscape block ready to take home today. Build a beautiful border for your landscape with our interlock edgers on sale now through August 16th. Save big on landscape block at Menards. Also, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time to play ball and play to win. Pilot Games and the Minnesota Twins have teamed up for an all-new E-Tab game, Twins Wins. Step up to the plate for your chance at big prizes while cheering on the Twins all season long. It's fast, it's fun, and it makes every game even more exciting. Plus, when you play Twins Wins, you're also supporting local Minnesota charities with every play giving back to your community. Step up and play. Follow Pilot Games MN to find a location near you. Pilot Games, proud partner of the Minnesota Twins.
Scoreboard update brought to you by Northland Ford. Stop into your local Northland Ford dealer today for a full lineup of Ford vehicles. Just two other games running with us this afternoon. Phillies wrapping up a series in St. Louis before heading to the Field of Dreams. They're in a three-way tie for the last two wild card spots in the National League. Game scoreless into the second inning. Jordan Walker reached on an error, stole second, and Nathan Church cashed in.
The Cardinals are looking for their first hit. And there's a drive down the left field line. That ball is going to get down fair. Played on a bounce by Marsh. The throw into second, the slide by Church. He's safe. It's an RBI double, and the Cardinals are on the board against Zach Wheeler.
And then just moments ago, Luis Arraez with a ground rule RBI double to tie the game. 1-1 in the fourth, fellas.
Well, here it's 5-4 Minnesota. Pete Alonso will lead off. Two-hit day for Pete. Now 6 hits in this series with a couple of home runs. Couple of driven in. They had a first pitch from Zebby, fouled down the right field line. Alonso in 10 games this month, 3 home runs. He's a guy that, boy, when he gets hot, he can carry a club. Fouled off again. This one's upper deck right side. 26 homers, driven in 77. He's in the leaders in the RBIs, but you knew that when he came over from the Mets, signed with Baltimore. Struggled a little bit early.
Well, he got a standing ovation opening day before he even took a swing from a sold-out Baltimore crowd welcoming him.
0-2, laid off an off-speed pitch. And a count of 1-2. Holiday in the on deck, circle into the DH, Tyler O'Neill. Again, the top of the order has done damage. Fouled back, and boy, that clipped. Carantini knocked him back. He's on his backside right now.
Knocked him right over. Don't see that often. These guys are so resilient and tough back there. Right center of the mask. He wears the hockey-style mask.
Mm-hmm.
And a nice move here by Tyler Jones, making up an excuse to ask the bat boy for a couple of balls to give Vic a little extra time.
Kind of looking at the dugout, and Carantini just kind of nodded his head, okay, I'm okay. Usually you'll see the catchers when they get clocked like that, they'll kind of look at the scoreboard and try to read some numbers. And that went down. Evens it up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here leading off. Top half of the 5th inning. Zebby at 81 pitches, bullpen quiet. Ground ball, 2 hopper, third base. Lee backs up, gets the good hop. On target throw, and has plenty of time. Alonso out number 1. And that'll get Jackson Holiday to the plate.
Knew who was running. You know, you always talk about you don't want to back up, but knowing who was running to get that cherry hop, able to take a couple of steps back.
This is that quick inning you're looking from Zebby right now. He's had a couple of innings where he's got to sit and cool down for a long period of time. Weak ground balls can be fielded by Clemens, and routine play there. And 1 pitch out, number 2 now. We'll get Tyler O'Neill to the plate. They reap your Twins' pride this school year with a Back to the School backpack. It is presented by Target. First 5,000 kids 10, 12 and under on Sunday, August 16th will receive this Twins-branded backpack. Get back to school ready at twins.com/tickets as O'Neill. Watch a little cutter drop in there for a strike.
Travis Adams up and warming for the Twins. He might be the first step of the bridge to the back end of the pen today.
And 0-1. Another off-speed pitch. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to O'Neill. Zebby about to throw his 86th pitch here in the 5th. Laid off a cutter outside. O'Neill's starting to heat up a little bit. Hasn't done much in this series. And laid off a high fastball. Zebby looks in and gets a sign from his catcher, Carantini. Sets up away, and the pitch is inside and lifted down the right field line. Roden going to give chase, but well into the seats. Baltimore will head to the East Coast. We'll have an off day tomorrow and then a 4-game series with Tampa Bay. Lifted down the right field line again. Roden in the corner, has room, and puts that one away. Nice job. Zebby Matthews, 3 up, 3 down. We're going to the
Geloff reinstated from the 10-day injured list.
Geloff drives it left center field. It has been quite some time since we've had a Geloff shot, but boy, does it feel good. Welcome back, Zach Geloff. The A's lead 3-1. His 12th of the year, his 30th RBI.
Tremendous shot to left center, 456 feet.
And Zach Geloff said, "Geloff me, ball."
Oh, Crochet goes down awkwardly on the mound.
He caught the ball in the hat.
So whose ball is it?
It's a good question. I'm going to have to ask that lady from Philly.
Meanwhile, out in the Cove, this guy just sort of check and see what the score is.
I saw Rizzo jersey trying to make the playoffs. Could it be? Oh, Rizzy had it. He literally hit it right to him.
That's why I'm retired, is what he just said.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Performance you rely on, now backed by global innovation and expertise. GF and Uponor, delivering excellence in flow. Learn more at uponor.com.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Sanders back out for a second inning relief. He'll be facing Carantini. And first pitch swinging, hit down the right field line, and that is going to be off the wall. And it's going to be a long single. Tavares out there in right field played the Karen perfectly. So a leadoff base hit. Second hit for Carantini. And a leadoff man on again. Every time the Twins have had a leadoff man on, they've come around to score. Here's Alan Roden to bat. Roden with a double RBI. His last at bat. Got a bloop base hit in the second. That snapped an 0 for 9 for Roden. Now 10 RBIs on the year. Pitch missed outside. Ball 1. Twins now with 12 hits, 5 runs. And again missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Baltimore. They have 6 hits. They haven't had a hit since the 3-run third. It was a 3-run homer by Beavers. Gave him a 4-1 lead at the time. Shane Baz couldn't hold it. And a strike on the inside corner.
With all these hits, you feel like it's more than a one-run game, but that's why you need to pad this thing a little bit here, Danny, so you're not one mistake pitch away from being tied again.
And we've seen the power by Baltimore in this series. Swung on a miss, got it by him. 96 on the radar gun. Kreidler in the on-deck circle. Roden with that slide open stance has a leg kick. And Sanders delivers. Line down the left field line past third base into the corner. Carantini around second. He'll easily make it to third. And Roden will easily make it to second. Threatening was second and third. Nobody out. It'll be Kreidler to bat.
Third hit, second double for Alan Roden. And Kreidler now, along with Kershaw, the only Twins yet to have a base hit in this ball game. You can amend that right now.
Kershaw does have an RBI on a sac fly, but other than that, yes. Hit parade. And again, Drew French, pitching coach, out. Talk to his pitcher. In this series versus the Orioles, it is presented by Minnesota State Fair. Enter to win 4 tickets to the Great Minnesota Get-Together and a Blue Ribbon Bargain Book. All you have to do to enter is email radio@twins.com. That's, again, radio@twins.com.
This is the spot, Danny, where they've been, again, banging their heads against the wall all game long. A lot of nicks and cuts. Got one big blow here, though. You can open it up a little bit and maybe provide a knockout punch.
So they're going to play the infield in, so with Carantini at third, doesn't run all that well. Most likely it's a see the ball through the infield. Kreidler likes to swing early. Sanders out of the stretch, first pitch. Breaking ball up and tight.
First 3-hit game for Alan Roden.
Kreidler tried to bunt last time with a runner at third base, fouled it off. A breaking ball stayed inside. So Kreidler in a comfortable 2-ball, no strike count. Second and third, nobody out, trying to blow it open. Swung on a foul tip, hung on by Narvaez. Good little sinker at 95. Infield in, trying to shut the door here on the Twins. Ground ball, third base, backhand. Picked up. Strong throw to retire Kreidler. No advancement, one out. And that is going to be it for Sanders, as we're going to have a pitching change. Also brought to you by Uponor. It's a GF brand. Count on Uponor for plumbing that performs. Scoreboard update with John Vitas next.
1-2. And Cease freezes him for strike 3 looking. Gets him on a changeup. He's punched out 4 and 3.
Who you want to pitch backwards?
Swing and a miss. He got him on a fastball for his 5th strikeout.
Now the key to that, Ben, is landing your off-speed pitch early in the zone to then be able to get to the fastball.
His 1-2. Make it 1 for 25. 7 Ks for Dylan Cease in 4 scoreless innings.
Priority called on Lofton, and it drops.
Whoa, he does not lack energy.
Rain earlier today, grass still a little wet.
First big league strikeout for Roldy Munoz, and you can put an exclamation point on it.
That's a weird one. Fenway special.
After review, the call of the field is a home run. The ball hit the foul.
Trevor Story, home run.
that young rookie Carson Williams and a complete game from Nick Martinez to get his 12th win of the year. Rays with a 12-3 win. They are 6 games up on the Yankees in the American League East, guys.
Here's going to be right-hander Yaramil Geraldo, right-hander, and he'll face Trevor Larnach. Geraldo, his 7th game, does have 1 win, just 6 innings logged, has walked 6, 10 punch-outs. And a first pitch, swung on a miss, went off speed. Little splitter, swung through it.
Fastballs and splitters to the left-handers primarily. Occasional slider.
Picked up his first major league win on Sunday against Texas. Threw 2 innings in that ball game. Second and third, infield in. Swung on and missed right over the top with that splitter. Said he's got strikeout stuff, 6 innings, 10 punch-outs, but also 6 walks, giving up a couple of home runs in 6 innings. Larnach, brief timeout, now back in the box. Caratini, the runner at third base. You got Roden, a runner at second. And the 0-2 pitch, high and away on a splitter. Twins trying to add on. They're up 5-4 on 13 hits. And a pitch. Ground ball first base. No play at the plate. Again, Alonso fielded it on 2 hops. Looked to throw home, started to throw, and then just stopped. And took the out at first base. That'll be an RBI for Trevor Larnach.
That was a gift, Danny. That
Yes.
was an absolute gift. That's a huge run. That makes it now a 2-run lead because Caratini was dead to rights. All you got to do is make pretty straightforward throw to home plate.
Alonso, no more for his bat. Here's Lewis. That was popped up behind home plate. And that'll reach champion seat. Lewis 1 for 3, had a double to lead off the third inning. Came around and scored on that 4-run third. Struck out his last time up. 6-4 here. Twins, the big run there at third base in Roden. Line down the left field line, stay fair, and that's going to be into the corner. So Lewis around first, into second base, RBI, and the Twins now lead 7-4. Second double, that is that 19th double on the year for Royce Lewis. RBI number 43.
Well, he's made up for lost time since coming back from that brief stint in the minor leagues, hasn't he?
He sure has, and remember, when he was struggling, Chris, he was batting in that 7th, 8th slot in the lineup. Swinging a good bat. He's at the top part of the order. Here's Bell. Check swing, see if he went. Yes, he couldn't hold up. Gallardo, the righty, delivers. Swing and a miss. Tardy there by Bell.
Morris up for the Twins, Danny. They had Adams up earlier, but now it's Andrew Morris, and he looks like he's good and lathered and ready to go. It might be the first plank in the bridge here to the back end of this game.
Well, Zebby's had a last couple good innings. Through 5. Pitch down and away.
Zebby crowding 100 pitches here. Long break in the dugout. They may just say, you know what? That foot's in good shape. Let's call it good after 5. Got the horses in the pen to do it now.
Twins' most hits they had this year was 20. 14, we're in the bottom of the 5th. And fouled off over the netting.
Royce a huge secondary lead.
Yeah, he's a guy that's not afraid to steal third base, but you're already in scoring position. I get it. But again, 90 feet is 90 feet.
Wild pitch, balk.
Air on the infield. And a 1-2. Swung on a miss, chased outside. The Twins will pick up a couple of runs on 3 hits. They leave one. New score after 5. It is the Twins 7 and the Baltimore Orioles.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
It's the great mascot race. Here we go. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Look at them go. The crowd is going wild. It's the home stretch. Who will win? It's the play at the plate. It's Billy the Marlin. Congratulations on winning the great mascot race.
Or welcoming a foster pet into your home. Every bit of kindness counts. You can help pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Pitcher is going to be Andrew Morris on for Minnesota here in the top half of the 6th. Dylan Beavers, 3-run homer his last time up. Takes this one a high strike call. Zebby, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. Walked a couple, had 4 strikeouts. In line to pick up his 6th win. Beavers snapped an 0-for-7 with that 3-run homer. Takes it outside. 2 balls, no strikes. You look at Morris's numbers. He's got 4 wins. His ERA just right around 3. 46 appearance, 55 and a third innings, 52 punch-outs. And fouled off. Garantini again got clipped by the glove this time. But Morris is a guy that's got electric stuff. He's high velocity. Needs to cut down on the walks just a little bit. 20 walks at 55 innings. Does have 3 saves. Came early. That one missed low. Beavers strikeout prone. Zebby hung him a breaking ball, and he had a 3-run homer, just his 3rd of the year. And fouled off. Upper deck to our left. Andrew has never faced the Baltimore Orioles. Count of 2-2, trying to get that first out. Check swing, see if he went. Yep, he went around, held up, couldn't hold up. Nice little breaking ball. So Morris out number 1, and now that'll get Encarnacion Strand to the plate. He's 0-for-2. Had a 3-hit game yesterday with a homer. Here's where Baltimore, they start off fast, and then they just no good quality at bats late in the ballgame. On the corner for a strike.
That, of course, has been the Twins' issue the last couple of ball games, where they couldn't get anything done late in terms of capitalizing.
Foul down the right field line, and they had no balls and 2 strikes.
Twins hoping to keep their foot on the gas here in this one, build some momentum up before tomorrow's adventure against the Phillies.
Yeah, and there's no home field advantage there, right? We're going to play home. We'll be the home team.
But yeah, that's neutral site.
Yeah. They head 0-2 and crowded him with a fastball in. Will the guys take batting practice on the field? I know they'll take infield.
I would think so, right? You'd want to see.
You would hope so.
Sight lines and whatnot.
And that one skips to the backstop.
We're going to get there, around noonish, I think, in the 6:30 game. And I think you'd want, in any big league game, to have your players accustomed to the environment in which they're playing.
I know it's important to take ground balls, get a feel for the grass and the infield and how it plays. And also as the outfielders, fly balls, how do you see it coming off the bat at home plate? Fouled off again.
And again, the batter's eye, what's it look like, line of sight. One thing that always comes into play, we see it in spring training. We saw it last year with the Rays playing in a minor league park. We see it in Oakland, the lights. We are spoiled with the quality of the lights in the major leagues.
Well, I know that they have to have major league lights, at least in the infield. Jammed down the left field line. That's going to be a foul ball. Broke his bat.
We saw some lighting issues in Tampa last year at Steinbrenner Field where you get out there to the wall and just couldn't see it. But I just think it's going to be a phenomenal experience, and I'm really delighted that you and I get the chance to be part of it.
Looking forward to it. Everything about it. I think that there's some excitement getting on the plane.
And if I don't show up for the first pitch, it's because Danny left me in the corn maze, and I couldn't find my way out.
And 2-2, down and away. They have a corn maze?
I saw an overhead shot, and they had carved into an adjacent field, Twins versus Phillies in the corn.
Oh.
Looked awesome.
Count full. Ground ball, third base. Brooks Lee's there. Across the diamond to Lewis, and that is out number 2. And that'll get Leota Taveras to the plate. Taveras so far this afternoon 0 for 2. He's just 1 for 5 in this series. Morris might be able to give you 2 innings. And a swing and a miss. Taveras getting plenty of playing time. 104th game playing here today. He's driven in 42. Runs a little bit. 10 stolen bases on the year. And Morris delivers and again fouled off. But Morris coming right after these guys. And that's the makeup of Morris. He's a guy that gets out there, a little bulldog in him.
You saw that early. You were talking about his makeup before we saw the jump into triple digits for his fastball.
Comes set at the chest. And a pitch. It'll skip to the backstop. Twins leading 7-4 on 14 hits. They've had traffic in every inning. Baltimore at one time had a 4-1 lead. And a swing and a miss came right after him, and there it is. 99 on the radar gun. 3 up, 3 down with a couple of punch outs. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Clemens lead.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Caglione was 2 for 4 last night. He hits a high fly ball, deep center. Back goes Taylor, the center fielder, and gone. Caglione.
Sheesh. 112, Ryan, off the bat. We saw Jack Caglione get a 1-0 changeup when Clay Holmes is 80% sinkers behind the count, and this is the reason why. Because this sinker leaking back over the plate, just absolutely barreled out of here on a laser, straight in line, right center field. Wow, Jack Caglione, it's different off that bat.
So come, play around, or two, and soak it up. Because summer's too short to not go all in. Treasure Island Resort and Casino.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Cody Clemens leads off here. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. Cody, this afternoon, a walk, RBI single, and a fly out to left. Twins up 7-4 on 14 hits. And a pitch. Check swing, see if he went. Yep, he went around on it. A little hard splitter down. And Cody he's gonna call timeout, adjust the batting gloves. Brooks Lee due up next, and then it'll be Kershaw. Twins won in the first, they got 4 in the third. Took a 5-4 lead. They've held it there, added 2 more in the fifth. Geraldo, righty, delivered, swung on and missed on a high fastball. So Clemens out number 1 on a strikeout, second punch out for Geraldo here this afternoon. Shane Baz started for Baltimore. Came in 4-11 on the year, making his 24th start. Just went 3 innings. Gave up 9 hits, 5 runs. Had a walk and just 2 strikeouts. That was coming off his last outing, complete game first for his career. As Lee swings and fouls that one straight back. Brooks having a good afternoon. 4 straight games with multi-hits. Average creeping up there. 62 driven in on the year. And that one misfired outside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lee last year 64 driven in. Ground ball. Alonso fields it, bobbles it, picks it up, race to the base, and retires Brooks Lee out number 2. Lee was 62 ribbies on the year, 64 last year. Already a career high 17 home runs. He had 16 last year. 2 down, bases empty. Kershaw bats. 0 for 2 with a sac fly RBI. Kershaw in the 6th spot in the lineup. Started the season, he was the Twins' number 3 hitter. Geraldo delivers right down the heart of the plate. Strike 1. So Byron Buxton, not sure if he's going to be activated for the game tomorrow. Again, out on the field running bases and running well. This pitch, see if he went. Yep, he went around. So Kershaw now in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. But doing all of the baseball activity in running from first to third, home to second, second to home. I know a lot of fans would like to see him on the field tomorrow. No balls, 2 strikes. Laying off a splitter in the dirt.
I think Netflix, MLB would all be really excited to see Buck running around, but it has to be what's right for Buck because it's for the rest of this season, and the Twins have 40 games to go here, and they're going to need as much healthy Byron as they can get.
Twins have Hoffman warming up right now, and the pitch swung on and missed as Kershaw strikes out. 3 up, 3 down for Geraldo. A couple of strikeouts through 6. It's the Twins 7.
That ball drilled deep to left field. We're going to be tied at 2. Cam Smith
Young, number 16 on the year. A line drive laser ties it. Oh, the Candy Man can toot his own foghorn here in the North Bay. Big swing. This is a slider down. You said low line drive. How about a 17-degree launch angle? That's a 2-iron off the deck.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Work together as a team, too, by serving more than half of Minnesota with reliable, affordable energy in a sustainable manner. Together, we power what's possible. Learn more at GreatRiverEnergy.com.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Hey, Twins are going to take on the Phillies in Dyersville, Iowa. For MLB at Field of Dreams, presented by John Deere. Stream the game live on Netflix this Thursday at 6:30, or listen to Chris and I across the Treasure Island Baseball Network. Top of the seventh, Twins up 7-4. There's more with Chris.
And here's Jeff Hoffman, his home debut. Hoffman misses to Franklin, 1 ball, no strikes. Franklin a single and a walk. He's been on twice. Hoffman delivers, big swing and miss. That's what he does. He gets swing and miss, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Hoffman and the Orioles obviously would have seen a whole lot of one another in the American League East. Twins trying to put another one in the win column here today as he flinches Franklin with a breaking ball, and it just misses in 2-1. Trying to win their 6th straight series here at Target Field. They are 18-2 overall in series on the year. So we get a winning record in series play with a victory this afternoon. Check swing, strike anyway, and the count 2-2. Think about this club, Danny, as it's been consistently competitive. We haven't seen that one just tear of games, where you win 10 in a row or 11 of 13. 2-2 swung and a miss, and down goes Franklin. But we also haven't seen that super long losing streak. What's the longest losing streak is 5.
Yeah.
And so they've just kind of been toggling in the middle, and boy, 40 to go. Which of these teams goes on that heater for a week and a half?
Well, currently right now, the Detroit Tigers are one of those teams that are playing some good ball right now in our division. And everybody's been kind of waiting for Detroit to get something going. But also the Twins, they've played some good games, and you think, okay, this is it. This is the start.
Pitch fouled straight back, and it's 0-1.
And then, like last night's ball game, what were we, 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position? That's tough to work on.
You lose 5 one-run games on a road trip, and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, that could have gone the other direction right there.
And we look at the schedule, and it's a tough schedule. They got the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves coming in.
San Diego's no picnic.
San Diego is contending. Then you're going to go up and play Sacramento, the A's.
Anything can happen up there.
Yeah.
As the 0-1 swung on a miss. Carson Williams can hit 2 home runs up there, as we heard from John Vitas.
The big month for the Twins, once they come home, they got the White Sox. And then they've got the Detroit Tigers, Chicago again, and then Detroit again.
Yeah, huge stretch of games.
Yes. Kind of soft schedule at the end of the year.
0-2, lined in the air to center field. Keyshaw racing back, got spun around, and he ends up in the right spot. Does a full 360 and makes the catch. Like he's trying to get those banana ball points, Stanley, for the trick play as he spun around in a circle out there.
Oh, that's how you do it.
2 out. And here's Henderson.
It takes a lot of confidence to be an outfielder, infielder for that matter, on a pop-up, to run to an area and you're running blindly. Where there, he had to take his eyes off the ball and turn around and redirect himself.
You look over one shoulder and you're like, oh, nope, it's over there.
Yep.
Again, great body control from Luke. Pitch down and in, 1 ball, no strikes.
I remember in the minor leagues, but they would always work with us in outfield. They called it your drop step. Do you want to turn to your right? Do you want to turn to your left? And there wasn't one way. It was what's ever comfortable and quickest for you.
Pitch down and the count 2-0. It's like when they put you on a snowboard for the first time. Are you goofy-footed? Are you regular? It's like, what's natural to you? You're goofy-footed, I'm sure.
Water skied. I had my right foot in the front. Is that goofy-footed?
I think so. 2-0. Wide. 3-0 to Henderson. Were you a mono skier, too? Would you do the one big ski and do all the tricks on it?
We were slalom skiers.
Yeah?
Yeah, we just hit the buoys. We didn't do any jumps. I mean, we could jump the wake and stuff, but we were all about getting the wake.
Yeah. 3-0. And that's in for a strike. I've told this story before. Probably best not to start it with 2 outs, but we'll do it anyway. I was driving in to the Twin Cities to take my first job with the Saints, and I was listening to you and Gordo, and it was some sort of a trivia contest that you did where you asked about a Twins player, and the clue was if he hadn't been a baseball player, he would have been a professional water skier. John could not get it. You gave him initials, everything. 3-1 swung through. It's 3-2.
Well, we grew up on Lake Shasta up there, and they had a little cove with a slalom course in there.
Well, so you're giving him all these clues, and he's like, what's the first initial? D. What's the last initial? G. And he couldn't get it, and finally you yelled at him. You're like, it was me. It was me, Gordo. 3-2 foul tipped, and it stays 3-2.
The guy that had the cove was a professional slalom skier, Mike Souderholm. And we would leave. He would leave at 5 o'clock, and we stayed at Ski Island, so it was right across the way. So we'd grab the boat and go over there and sneak on the course.
Get in on his practice course. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. If Hoffman can slalom through the Orioles, the pitch is high, ball 4, hit a buoy. So Henderson walks for the second time, and now it's Pete Alonso. And the danger here is, Alonso's always one swing away from making the game a whole lot closer. Did the guy ever find out that you were on his course?
He didn't care. He was just worried that if we would have been professionals, we would have beat him.
Pete Alonso digging in against Hoffman. A little meeting on the mound here. Caratini.
You know what our favorite thing to do was? Pops would let us take the boat out. And they had the houseboats out there. They're barbecuing on the front of the houseboat.
Boats.
We would come by and slalom and just put their barbecue out.
With water?
Yo.
Did they ever get mad? Would they try
They
to
couldn't
chase
catch us. They were in a little houseboat. We were in Big Red.
I see them popping off on a wave runner. It'd be like a James Bond.
What killed us is one of the guys fell. So we had to go around
and pick him
up and get him back out in the water.
Check swing on his slider. He went. No need to challenge, and the count is 0-1. So wait, so you slopped a houseboat. The guy fell off the houseboat.
No.
Oh,
the water skier, the one that was spraying.
Okay, I got you. Then you had to go pick him up.
Had to hurry up and get around, and they were trying to turn that houseboat around.
0-1. Pitch down and away. I just see young Dan Gladden and company.
It wasn't just me. It was the Gladden boys.
All the Gladden boys together.
Oh.
Got the jean shorts on, the long hair. Sunglasses.
We had Big Red. It was a Dorset with a 70-horse Merc.
That was the boat.
That was the boat. Big Red.
The 1-1. Checked through, and the count is 1-2. A sword from Alonso. And you see Big Red. Might as well have a skull and crossbones flying above it. Pirate flag. Beautiful Lake Shasta.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely good.
We would stay for a month on Ski Island.
It's a good summer. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first. Twins are up 7-4. Top of the 7th. Hoffman delivers. Swung on and fouled straight back.
Hey, let's head on down to the Farm Minor League update. How about yesterday? Cedar Rapids Colonels took a 6-3 win against the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Twins number 4 prospect Eduardo Tayet. He went 2 for 4. He had his 20th home run of the season for the Colonels.
That's a catcher they got from Philly, Tayet. It's the 1-2 taken just off the plate. Boy, Alonso didn't pull the trigger. 2-2. You know what? I went to the back fields to watch Tayet a little bit this spring.
I did too.
Yeah, strong kid.
Strong.
Didn't get to see him throw a ton at that point in time. They were just starting their minor league games. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. And it's just off the plate again. And now 3-2 to the second straight hitter. Hoffman hasn't pitched in 3 days. Last time he was on the mound, he took the loss in a 1-run defeat against the Brewers. Lara poked a little base hit, scoring Lockridge. And there's a pitch inside, ball 4. Back-to-back 2-out walks for Hoffman. Snaps his glove at that. Pete Mackey's going to come out and talk to him. And Jackson Holliday will be the batter. And before this conversation concludes, why don't we go ahead and step out for 10 seconds, have a conversation of our own. 10 seconds for station identification on your home for Twins baseball. Getaway day here for both clubs. It's the finale of this 3-game series, a series with the Orioles presented by the Minnesota State Fair. Enter to win 4 tickets to the Great Minnesota Get-Together and a Blue Ribbon Bargain Book. To enter, email radio@twins.com. That's radio@twins.com. All the food out there at the fair, the little Martha buckets will be overflowing. All that milk will be flowing. Get into the animal barns. Some of that 4-H stuff, butter sculptures, the whole 9 yards. Here's Jackson Holliday, 2 on, as Hoffman delivers to Holliday. And he bounces this one to the backstop, and everybody advances. So this inning had started off so strongly, a strikeout and then a 3-pitch pop-out, but now back-to-back full-count walks and a wild pitch spiked in the dirt. Sends runners to second and third. It's a 3-run lead. 2 walks mean you got the tying run in the batter's box. You're 1 mistake away from a deadlock, and he lost that splitter in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Hoffman sets low. Mikey, long-legged right-hander to the plate. This ball hit right towards second base and gloved there by Cody Clemens. Boy, Holliday stung it, but Clemens, for the second time in this series, makes a leaping grab of a clothesline off the bat of the Orioles second baseman, and the inning is done. We stretch at Target Field. The Twins trying to stretch a 7-4 lead when we return on your home for Twins baseball.
To add on to this 2-0 lead as he faces the left-hander King. 1-2 pitch, and he drives it deep to center. Adelson Sanoa to the wall. He goes leaping. That is gone. Dead center Matt Olson has been crushing the baseball since the break. And that is his 32nd home run of the year. RBI number 70. How about 422 feet to the deepest part of the yard?
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
For Roden to center field. Franklin was played shallow, racing back towards the wall, and it's off the base of the wall. Everybody was holding up. They'll send Lee. Caratini will only get as far as third. It's going to be a run-scoring double off the wall for Alan Roden, his second hit of the ball game, and the Twins have a 5-4 lead. They lead for the first time today.
A 3-hit day, a 2-double day for Alan Roden, a 2-double day as well for Royce Lewis, who's batting .373 over his last 17 games, guys.
Alex Hoppe is the pitcher here, John, in the bottom of the 7th, and he misses catches his own to Caratini, and the count is 0-1. Hoppy, a slender right-hander out of UNC Greensboro, started the year with Seattle. And the 0-1 pitch hit towards shortstop. Gunnar Henderson smothers it to his left and then throws out Caratini. Victor Caratini is an out on 2 pitches, and Alan Roden will be the hitter. Again, you mentioned his first 3-hit game. Drafted originally by the Red Sox in the 6th round in 2022, they swapped him to the Mariners for Luke Heyman. And then the Mariners traded him for Taylor Ward at the trade deadline. Looking for a little right-handed thump. Mariners are in a spiral. That's another one of those teams that's run hot and cold. There's a pitch wide to Roden. Last night after the game, Cal Raleigh asked his manager, Dan Wilson, said, I want to talk to the media before you do. It was in New York, so you know there are a ton of them there. And stood up and said, this is all my fault. I've been terrible, and I take all the blame. The 1-0 swung on and hit down the left field line foul.
Well, it's a nice gesture, but at the same time, it's you got 26 guys on a team.
Not all his fault.
And not all his fault, but he's one of those guys, I think, from what he did last year, and it's just it didn't carry over.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch, and Roden takes high. 2-1. I think it would be foolish to have expected another season like that. I mean, that was such a magical year.
Yes.
The wear and tear on a defensive-minded catcher who switch hits and hits 60 homers, come on, that's just not a sustainable combination. 2-1 misses in, and the count 3-1.
Yeah, he really didn't show that kind of power years prior, but just one of those years, everything aligned well.
Well, the M's have lost 5 in a row, and they're now 8 games under. They've cratered since we saw them in Seattle. 3-1 wide, ball 4. Roden's on for a 4th time. Hoppy, not to be confused with Logan O'Hoppy, who also got traded at the deadline. He went from the Angels to the Rangers. So I guess this Hoppy is now an O. So he's an O'Hoppy of sorts. He faces Ryan Kreidler, who is still hitless. He's 0 for 3. And if you were at any of the ball games or you heard any of our anthems, I think today was a little different because it was an instrumental. As Kreidler check swing, and that one fouled off the catcher. 0-1. No matter where you are and who they're playing during the national anthem, when you get to that last part and the "Oh, say can you see," Orioles fans will shout, "Ohs, say can you see," every single time. And the first time you hear it, and it doesn't matter if it's in the Appalachian League and rookie ball, if you're on the road in spring training, every single time. 0-1, foul down near the Twins' dugout. 0-2.
Oh, Martha. Audrey got hit by that.
Did that get into the camera well?
Yeah, she took off running right away.
Now, I had erroneously reported earlier on a road trip that she got knocked over because I saw a chair go over. That was a photographer, not her. So hopefully Audra's all right, but I think they're asking for some help down there.
Let's see if a Twins trainer kind of run down there.
Kreidler's going to owe her every interview. The 0-2, down and away. And they count 1-2. That is awfully close when you're sitting in that camera well, isn't it?
Well, sometimes you're not watching every pitch.
They're scrambling to get ushers and whatnot.
They're getting a towel for her.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if she might be bleeding. Don't want to speculate, but I hope she's all right. The 1-2 pitch. Kreidler swings and misses, and he's down on strikes. So 2 outs in the inning, and Larnach will bat. Larnach is 1 for 4. Well, even if you're not captaining Big Red, you can get yourself a captain's hat because you can come sail away with the Twins on Yacht Rock Night, Friday, August 28th. The smooth sounds of pregame Yacht Rock cover band, then a captain's hat with a special ticket package. Enjoy postgame fireworks, cruise into Target Field with your tickets at twins.com/Yacht Rock as the count is 0-1, and that hat would have looked good on Big Red. And Dan Gladden piloting Big Red around Lake Shasta. No balls in a strike to Larnach. Trevor lines this one well into left center field. Franklin racing back underneath it into the deepest part of the ballpark, and he makes the catch to end the inning. We've played 7-4 Minnesota on your home for Twins baseball.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, Definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on. So I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park, and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsay. Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Top of the 8th inning here at Target Field. Tyler O'Neill, Dylan Beavers, Christian Encarnacion Strand to face the left-hander A.J. Minter. The new left fielder is Austin Martin. He is in for Larnach as the Twins try to protect their 7-4 lead and win their 6th straight home series. Minter to the plate, and the pitch is strike, and the count is 0-1. Mayo has come out of the dugout. He's going to hit for Beavers. So Mayo, the righty, has a bat with the lefty Beavers on the mound. Still very much a ball game as a little dribbler towards the mound. Flagged by Minter, sets, throws to first. Nice play. Royce Lewis pointing at Minter and saying, well done. Great job getting off the mound with the quickness, set himself and threw a strike to first base. Taking care of his own business there.
Don't you love it when a pitcher can field his position?
Love it.
It's another athlete out on the field. And, you know, pitchers kind of, they got a reputation of, not being athletic, but an opportunity like that.
Somewhere Jim Cott is smiling.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if Kitty's going to join us in the corn tomorrow. I hope so. But what did he win? All the Gold Gloves. And Greg Maddux won all the Gold Gloves.
Is Mayo hitting?
Yep, Mayo in for Beavers. So Minter to Mayo. And the strike called, and the count is 0-1. We are in the 8th. It's a 3-run lead for Minnesota. Orioles are in the middle of a 3-city road trip, and what a path they are charting. Start in Baltimore, and then they fly all the way down to Dallas to play the Rangers. It's pitch fouled away. So you got a diagonal going southeast. Then they came due north to face the Twins. Then they're going to go down to Florida, so diagonal back to the southeast.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And then back up to Baltimore.
Yeah.
It's going to look like a bow tie. This is a 3-city bow tie road trip for the Baltimore Orioles. And then they're home, Danny, for just a series, I think, and then they're back out on another 3-city trip.
We call that a big hang with them.
Swing and miss, and a big hang with him for Kobe Mayo. He strikes out on 3 pitches, so much for the platoon advantage. When we talk about which team's going to get hot, schedule can have a lot to do with it. So they finish the bow tie road trip, then they host the Yankees and the Rays. There's nothing easy about any of that. And then they go to St. Louis, Sacramento, Colorado. So again, maybe teams that aren't near the top of the standings, but that's a long, grueling trip. Encarnacion Strand swings and misses. Look, nobody wants to go to Sacramento. It's just no one wants to be in that clubhouse. No one wants to be at that ballpark.
You know what? They've done a fine job with it. It is what it is.
Yeah, you got to go. It's on the schedule.
So don't complain about it. Just play the game. Like everybody else has to come in there and play.
The 0-1 pitch is fouled off the end of the bat. I was talking with Like, where were? Oh, it was Milwaukee. And they said, oh, yeah, we've already played the A's. And I said, how was it? They go, we played them in Vegas.
Oh, that's right.
And I go, oh, that was the crazy game with
all the home runs.
And they said, it was insane. It is absolutely insane. They said the environment was fantastic, but it was insane. 0-2 pitch, swung on and fouled. And I said, well, your guys pumped that they got to go to Vegas instead of Sacramento. And he said, oddly enough, the Brewers have like 6 or 7 staff and players who are from that
Vegas area.
No, from the Sacramento area.
Okay.
And they were super bummed.
Oh,
they're like, we finally were going to get to play at home. And they didn't get that chance. And the Twins have some guys in that boat. Guys like Travis Adams
that
plays
could be
college
a costly
ball up there.
Road trip to Vegas, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it could. Swing and miss by Encarnacion Strand, and he's down on strikes. And Minter overpowers the Orioles in a 1-2-3 top of the 8th. 7-4 Twins. Home 8th is next on your home for Twins baseball.
How about the different personalities of those 2 home runs? But they both sounded like home runs off the bat.
Well, they sure did.
The Brew Crew, pitching and defense, the name of the game. And Luis Lara has done it twice.
Yeah, this is Cam Schlittler. 11 strikeouts, no walks, taking that American League ERA lead down even farther.
Eric Hill with a walk-off single, passed it on in infield, and the Phillies finally get their 4th walk-off victory of the season, a 7-6 win in 12 over the Jays.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 102. A half-hearted effort out of Roden, and that is strikeout number 200 on this season for Jacob Mizorowski. Folks, it is August the 9th.
Baldwin has been the impact player today offensively for the Braves, and now he hits one high in the air to left center field. Clark surveying. He leaps. He got it. Denzel Clark, his first home run robbery of the year, comes in Atlanta. That's why he's out there. A Superman catch from Clark.
And he tracks it the entire way. Times his leap like he's been playing center field here at Truist Park for 10 years.
Flower seed of the Minnesota Twins since 2004.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Albert Suarez is on the pitch. Suarez, great story. He was out of the league for a while. He was in Korea. He was in Japan. He came back and he reemerged as a major leaguer, even as his brother was becoming one of the preeminent closers out in San Diego. And he reemerged by starting and dominating against the Twins. His first pitch is to Royce Lewis, and the count is 0-1. Got himself a nice contract, and Suarez beginning another chapter in his career. He's since been sent down, moved to the bullpen, kind of trying to find his way. But he's on the pitch here. 0-1 to Royce. Royce looks at it low, and the count is 1-1 strike. Originally from Venezuela, he's 36 years of age now. He pitched for the Giants in 2016 and 2017, and then didn't pitch in the big leagues again until 2024. High fly ball, deep right field. It's at the wall but caught. Leody Tavares. Not quite enough juice the other way for Royce. And there's one away for Bell. Tavares ended up winning 9 games in 2024. Nicked up last year, just 5 games. This year he's been in 21. No starts. Kind of a swingman role. Jeremiah Jackson's the left fielder. After Mayo hit for Beavers, Jackson comes in to play D. And Bell swings and misses. The count is 0-1. Twins are up 7-4. Save situation. Gomez is up. It'll be the bottom third of the order for the Orioles. And the 0-1. Swung on and hit high in the air to shallow center. The speedy Christian Franklin coming in, but the shortstop Henderson is out. Spreads his arms wide and makes the catch. 2 out. Looking ahead, brought to you by James Hardy. The Twins off to Dyersville tomorrow for the Field of Dreams game at 6:30. We're on the air at 6. Taj Bradley gets the start against Aaron Nola. When you look ahead to home improvements, look to James Hardy. Hardy Siding, America's #1 brand of siding. Clemens, 1 for 3. Dylan Beavers, as Clemens takes a ball, hit a 3-run homer in the top of the third to make it 4-1. And the Twins responded by wrapping out 4 straight hits to start the next half inning as Clemens swings and misses. Lewis doubled, Bell singled, Clemens doubled to give the Twins a run. Lee singled, a sac fly from Keyshaw, then Caratini and Roden RBI hits. It became a 4-run, 6-hit third inning. The Twins took a lead. They have not looked back. They added 2 more in the 5th with RBI from Larnach and Lewis. Now the 1-1 hit high in the air. Deep right field but playable. Taveras out in that emerald green grass, looks up into the blue sky and makes the catch. Twins go quietly in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the 9th, 3 outs away from the 6th straight home series win for Minnesota.
Here comes red, blue, and green.
Let's see, how does this happen?
Oh!
What was that came flying in?
Got the guard trying to get out of the way.
I mean, that is going all out.
Now watch. Here comes the pizza, see it? Oh, jeez.
Highly unnecessary.
I wonder why did he do that?
Lara finding his way, and he leaps and makes the catch. The rookie Lara, what a catch.
Herrera on the run. He dives. What a way to end it. Diving, dazzling.
He bunts. How about that? Toward first. Diving play made by Alec. Ball 1 away.
Lot drive caught by Bregman.
Loving the leather.
Here's Neto in the hole. Long throw across. He got him. What a play.
An incredible play.
The game is on this throw. And he wowed him. Nathan Lucas with a missile. Lara's on the run. He leaps. Oh, my goodness.
Cole Young diving slide to his left. What a play by Cole Young. The kid has been fabulous.
That's hit hard on a hop. The shortstop Wilson, from the seat of his pants, he makes a phenomenal play.
Pincher's throw to the plate.
Got him. He got a hose out there, right? How about it?
Tickets to the Minnesota State Fair and a blue ribbon bargain book loaded with deals. To enter, email radio@twins.com. That's radio@twins.com.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Yoandris Gomez seeking his 17th save in as many tries. He's going to face Leody Taveras, a switch hitter batting left. Then you've got the righty Franklin, though Colton Cowser would be available as a lefty option off the bench, then the catcher Narvaez. Out number 1, the big one. Twins up 7-4 as Gomez sets and delivers. And the first pitch hit high in the air, right field. Roden is back. He's under the overhang looking up, and that ball is gone for a home run. And so much for the first out. The first pitch walloped onto the plaza for a home run from Leody Taveras. And just like that, it's a 7-5 game. That is a rude welcome to the ball game. Well, fastball, inner part of the plate, and he didn't miss it, Danny.
Yeah, there's no more down by 3, try to take a pitch. And at the same time, that was center cut.
Yeah, he did what he's supposed to do with it. And now you're blooping a blast away. And here's Christian Franklin. Single, a walk, and a strikeout. Gomez, again, struggling a little with the lefties. It's a strike here in the count 0-1. He's been mixing in a changeup against the lefties to try to have something that kind of moves away from left-handed bats. Last changeup he threw, though, ended up being the game-winning hit the other night in Milwaukee. It's a pitch high in the count 1-1. He picked a very tenuous time to try to break out that newer pitch. Little blooper to left, that was the game. Cowser's moved into the on-deck circle. Pitch down and away. This is speed here in Franklin. Need to get Franklin. Nobody's out. 1 run is already in. Scoreless bullpen work from Morris, Hoffman, and Minter, but Gomez gives up a solo crank to right. 7-5 game. And the pitch. Off the hands, into the seats. It's 2-2. Twins looking for their 60th win of the year. I think there were some pundits who thought that's about as high as they would go in the win column entering this season. A lot of folks predicting triple-digit losses. That's not going to happen. Twins still very much in the thick of it. 2-2, slider wide. 3-2, Franklin with speed. And if you're the Orioles, this is what you want. You got speed, a lefty matchup with Kowser, and then it's Henderson, Alonso, Holiday, your dudes. So you'd rather be ahead, but if you're the Orioles, this is best case scenario. 3-2 up and in and missed him, and he walked him. So a rough start for Gomez, who has been so steady since coming over. Gives up a home run on the first pitch, then he walks Franklin in just his 8th big league game. The guy with just 2 career hits, and now he faces the veteran Kowser, and because of the walk, every hitter is now the tying run. Jeffers going to come out and try to settle down Gomez. He's a pretty calm guy anyway by nature, not one of these fiery, nail-eating guys. The challenge now is to get Kowser.
Kowser 9 home runs on the year. He's got a little juice.
Again, the sweeper hasn't been as good to lefties. They're trying to figure out a way to be more effective against them.
And doesn't Baltimore hold the record for most pinch hits? Is it pinch hit RBIs or pinch hits?
It's a great point. They lead the league in pinch hit home runs, and they lead the league in pinch hit RBI.
Is it?
29 pinch hit runs batted in, and one of 6 teams in the majors with at least 5 pinch hit home runs. Here's Colton Kowser pinch hitting. Infield plays for 2 up the middle. Pitch from Gomez is taken down and in. 1 ball and no strikes.
Kowser is a pinch hitter, just 2 for 19.
The real ace is Jeremiah Jackson.
Yeah.
He came in to play defense, fortunately. So he would be unavailable to hit. I tell you, by going here with Kowser for Narvaez, it tells me that Pozo is able to play with that sore finger. The 1-0 is down, and they count 2-0. I'd get a little nervous. I think the Twins crowd was counting the win before this half inning started, but then a homer on the first pitch, a walk, still nobody out, and it's a 2-0 pitch. Swung on back up the middle, and he catches it, and he flips to first base for the Innovative Office Solutions double play. How about that? Right back up the middle. Gomez caught it in that lavender glove. He caught it in self-defense, and he flips to first. Huge Innovative Office Solutions double play. Well, the baseball gods take care of you, don't they?
Pretty good reaction right there. That ball was smoked head high. And also, there we go.
Right back to the mound again. Gomez picks it up. He flips to first. Henderson is out. And after a rocky start to the inning, Yoendris Gomez handles the final 3 outs of this ball game all by himself. And the Twins win it 7-5. They win their 6th straight home series and improve to 60-62 overall. It's the 17th save for Gomez, another Blaze Credit Union save. Save money with a loan from Blaze Credit Union. Visit blazecu.com to learn more. So the Twins win it. We're hopefully going to chat with one of the heroes of this 7-5 come from behind victory as the Twins erase that early 4-1 deficit. That's coming up next, but first check in with John Vitas, a preview of what's to come on the postgame download.
Thank you, Chris. Yoendris Gomez remains perfect in save situations this year as the bullpen goes 4 strong.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
Now, they all have the same grade? Or
No.
So
Yes,
one
sir.
of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an
everything.
athlete, Lindsay. Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919,